Oh, you just went live, bro.
Money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all feeling like me, because once again, I'm feeling amazing. But let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for fun and games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. And with that being said, I know my rights, and all my rights are reserved. Bop, 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 420. The law said what? Man, it's the law of attraction. Today was one of the funnest days I can say I have been in a long time, y'all. Cause just meeting Huey P, just talking to P and talking to Robert, talking to other people, man, the law of energy, the force that I put out there is the force that come back. And that's what people really, really needs to start getting a full understanding of. The power of words and the intent behind the words that you use. Because if you use bad words with bad intentions, you get bad results. You get negative people around you. But now if you just wipe all that out and just change your mindset, it's like a paradigm shift. Your whole lifestyle will change. It's like a new you. You will upgrade. Every time you talk to somebody, they got something good to say about you, and you got something good to say about them. So therefore, you shine bright. You shine bright. And that's what it's all about. Knowing the law, knowing these words, knowing etymology, knowing that you are in control of yourself. Nobody else have to govern you. Government means somebody in control of your mind, in control of the way that you think. We just here to make everybody think and encourage a lot of people to guarantee themselves. Step up to the plate. Stop being scared. No more fear. Fear is false evidence that appear real. And if you scared to fail, fail means first attempt at learning. So if I got to fail every day to become a better version of myself, I want to fail every day. I want to fail every day. And I want to start by learning the law, all types of laws, because we go through all types of different things, different scenarios, y'all. So how you doing today, P? How you doing today, Huey P? And Passport in the building.
What's good, y'all? What's good, man? What's going on with the people? I hope everybody blessed today. You know, we out here giving out nuggets, giving out information that should be, taught in school. But it's okay, because you got people like us that definitely give you, enlightenment. Straight up. That's where we at with it.
Yeah, exactly. Now what was you saying, Huey P?
I think you're driving or something, bro.
Yeah. No, I ain't driving. My bad. I was sharing the link to people in some channels, and some people just to build, try to get some more people on the channels and stuff. I was just sharing the link and stuff.
Yeah, I was going to do that too.
Hell yeah, man. I was just just appreciating being on the panel with the Money MB team. You know what I'm saying? Feeling amazing with these brothers, man. If y'all haven't liked and subscribed to this brother channel, man, hey man, y'all slipping, man. Y'all slipping on the information, man. I'm just saying, let's learn from each other, man. These brothers is giving out valuable information, man. Y'all learn and take heed, and let's share the information, man, around the world, man. And I'm with the bill.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what we're here for. We're here to build, We're not here to tear down communities or tear down. No, we don't even want to say no government or anything like that. We just want to say we want to better off our people. And what we mean by our people is everybody that want to be around you, want to be around me, want to be around each other. you know, because we can't have outside people coming to destroy or divide anything that we're all trying to build. You know, it's all one step at a time, and we got to learn different scenarios. Like if we would have been learning some of this stuff when we was kids, you know, instead of doing a lot of what they call it, general ed or physical ed,
Now you acting like
you know, we could have been
you
focused.
ain't never said nothing to me about nothing.
We could have been doing a whole lot. But yeah, we still have time to grow though. You know, that's what it's about. It's all about,
You just didn't do shit.
it's about the now.
My God.
You know, it's all about the now. It's not about what being stuck upon what happened or what happened yesterday. Because if you can't control what happened yesterday, why dwell on it? You know, why dwell on it? Just move on. Now, we didn't got with a whole lot of people that all think the same and all feel the same. So this been an amazing journey for all of us. Just to know that other people out there that feel just like you, just like me, tired of being harassed. So therefore, we had to pick up a book. We actually had to go to Barnes and Nobles, go to other stores, bookstores, go on YouTube and look at different YouTube videos and actually try to protect ourselves. Because like they said, the lack of knowledge is the reason why the people have the lack of necessities that they need in order to survive. You know, some people came through and we know they hid a lot of the knowledge, but it's up to you. Once you start to want to make that change, it's up to you to open up that book, pick up that book. If you see if I see Huey P pick up a book and he start doing better in life, I see his life changed. You know, I'm not fenced to look at him and be mad. I'm gonna pick up that same book. Why? Because I see a difference in him. I see a difference in him that I'm seeing qualities in him that I might be lacking. But I seen how he was when he first picked up the book. He didn't have those certain qualities, and now he carry himself different. You know, he's a king, not afraid of anything. Take life on as a challenge. Everything is now a challenge instead of being afraid. Because when you're afraid, you don't go back and do the right research because you're stuck. You're paranoid. You're worried. Now you got to get rid of that fear and just be willing to be like, you know what? If I want something different in life, I'm going to pick up a book. And I'm going to get with some people that think exactly like me. Because, you know, the law said what?
Hey, man, you fired, bro. You fired with the word. You put that down, bro. I'm talking about you laid that down, bro. The power in words, y'all. Y'all hear that, man? That is power, man. That's knowledge, man. That's something that they did not teach us. How to share love with that. And respect for each other, man, and respect for yourself. And if you respect yourself inside, the outside gonna respect you the same way, man. You love yourself inside, you get love back. That's what amazing is, man. Empowering that amazing self within yourself and let it shine out. So like amazing is serious, man. Once you got that amazingness, man, you really know what amazing is, man. For real, bro. You just said something with that, bro. For real, bro. I'm glad to be here at this.
Now think about it like this. When we were kids, right? This is what people fail to realize. Once they became adults, they forgot about their childlike instincts, their creativity that was inside of them. Now, when we were kids, our parents used to tell us, don't do this, don't do that. My son is going to be this way. My daughter is going to be like this. They were shooting us in the right way with their words, right? Now, once we started watching TV, being programmed to other things than what was being taught to us the right way from our parents and our real elders of the community, we started seeing what was happening in different places by the television. We were programmed to go against Our parents. And once we started going against our parents, we was going against authority to where we were going against our own structure within ourselves. You know, because if we don't have no goals, how are we gonna know how to read a book and be like, all right, if I read this book, that book, and this book, and actually got a full understanding of the words inside of this book and how to use these words, the police can't do anything to me. Nobody can do anything to me. Like, I don't want to say like anybody can talk themselves out of a fight. Like, a lot of people that know how to fight real good, if you notice, they don't like to fight. They just know how because it's in them. But they use more words and try to tell people before they even punch you or strike you or do anything, they let you know. You getting yourself into this by your words, and you can back out right now. No, no love lost. Or boom, boom, boom. It's all the same. They lied to us when they said sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt us. They made us stick that in our head to deprive us from the truth. Come on now. You hit me with a bat, a wooden bat, you're gonna break my bones. You hit me with the right words and I can't talk, I can't feel right, I'm depressed, I can't get a job, I can't make no money, I don't want to get out of the bed. Just because of the words that was being said to me, not by you. You didn't even have to say it to me personally. But if you put it on a radio and use the radio as a frequency and put it out there like that, then subconsciously it went into my brain because it's in the frequency waves that are being transmitted. So you made us down, depressed, needing pills and drugs and stuff like that. But now if you can just tap out of that, change your frequency and be on that happiness, you good. You good. You wake up every morning. You feel amazing. When you go to sleep at night, you like, oh yeah, I didn't did something positive. Because long as you did something positive, you going to sleep with a good thought. And you gonna know when you wake up, you right back at it again. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can stop you.
Yep. To add to him, bro, you know, another thing was when we was kids, bro, that I remember, man, we was fearless, bro. We was fearless, man. They gave us limitations when we was kids because we would do a lot of things. We could think we thought we could fly. We would jump off the, you know. I know I did. I don't know about everybody else, but I was fearless, bro. I had to try something. I had to learn the hard way. They said, you know, fall down and bump my head.
I'm 40 years old, still hitting backflips. So yes, I know exactly what you mean. When we were kids, it was nothing. I thought I was a ninja. You know, we saw Bruce Lee back then. We saw Sugar Ray Leonard boxing. We had boxing clubs. You know, we had the Dukes of Hazzard, the little pedal car where we was going up and down Oakland Hills and stuff. You know,
yes, sir.
So nobody couldn't tell us what we wasn't going to be. When we saw football, we was like, that's me. We started doing push-ups and stuff because we was like, if I want to be like that, I got to prepare myself now. And now that people are older, they want stuff, but they not willing to prepare themselves to do what it takes to get there. They not willing. They not willing. Like me, we got to jump off the porch sometime. And if it's to learn these words, like the Roman law, the Black Law Dictionary, the Redemption Manual, how to operate as a banker, how the banks operate, how to advertise, account payable, accounts receivable, taxes. Even though when you're doing business, y'all probably didn't even know that. When you're doing business and business is going well, do you know you don't even have to really pay taxes? You out of that level. But most people don't know. If you doing business and it's only you and 5 others, then you still in the lower tax bracket. So therefore, that's why they really say you ain't in business. Once you step yourself out of the situation and your business is running without you being there because you got different levels to it, a manager, employees that come in at different times and you not there, that's when you're in business. And that's when you start not having to pay taxes and getting tax cuts and getting all of a sudden big loans is coming. Offset, that was just a little eye opener right there. I had to throw that right in the middle just to see if anybody even caught that. But that's knowing business.
Yes, sir.
I know you caught it, T.
Oh, you know that, because that's what it's all about. Everything business. At the end of the day, everything is business. Just look around you. You pay for everything around you. You pay for everything
Exactly.
around you. Even your kids, you gotta pay for everything for them. So everything is business. At the end of the day.
Yeah. He's
I can't see nothing that's not business right now.
Look, Johnny Sparks said this. The magic is in the definition of the words, right? You got to think about this. It's not in the definition of the word. It's in the intent that you use behind the word. It's your thought behind the word that you believe was created, that was written down on that piece of paper. That's why we can say the same things and us three in here can really grasp on what's being said compared to when we going inside of a courthouse and we dealing with the law. They saying the exact same words, but their intent is not the same as ours. So therefore, they think they beat us in a contract, a verbal contract. So it's not the definition, it's the intent behind the words. And now once you in there and you going up against these people and you using they same words, you know what they intent is behind that word. So you got to use some how we say switch them up. You got to be quick. You got to be quick on your hustle. A shortstop and hit them right back. All of a sudden, everybody in the courthouse is looking at you. Like,
yep, you got to counter. You got to counter. You got to have a quick counter. You already got to know what your counter is because you got to know the game. You got to be 3-4 steps ahead of the game. I already know the questions he answering, and your answer got to get him you got to put him into your zone. You got to make him come into your world. You feel me? Don't be in his world.
yep.
Don't go in his jurisdiction. Bring him in yours.
Yeah. Now, how about this? So when I said to the public defender or whatever, I was like, all right, I want to use the right to subrogation. The judge was like, what? And she was like, he said he want to use the right to subro, and she couldn't pronounce the word. Now, that was supposed to have been a word that we don't supposed to be able to pronounce because we don't supposed to be able to know how to roll our R's, pronounce certain words correct. And if you can't pronounce a word correct, that's like you trying to use your phone. Imagine your phone with no dial tone. I mean, no numbers, right? Where you can dial. And you got to say it all by words. 1, 2, 3, 5. And remember, he couldn't make the call because he couldn't pronounce that 4. Couldn't pronounce that word. So therefore, when she couldn't pronounce it to the judge looked at her like, what the heck? How do he know how to say this and you don't? And I looked at him like, yeah, exactly. And this is who y'all supposed to have thinking that they supposed to be helping somebody. You're really not helping me if you can't pronounce the words that are really supposed to be protecting us. But that just goes to show that how far the knowledge was actually really taught down. They could have been in law for 20 years and still don't know that because that wasn't their field. Somebody kept them blind to the fact and kept them under their own spells through the words and through putting all their energy into their job, through currency and trying to say, hey, I'm supposed to give you all this. And really didn't even know that they were being hypnotized and mind suppressed. We call it mind fucked. It's just like the movie Get Out. When the bells start in the beginning of the day for the kids at school, they go in class, right? They learn all this stuff, all these hours. Well, each class is 2 hours, an hour, right? Then, right when the class is getting ready to end, what happened? Another bell goes off. When that bell goes off, everything that they learned is suppressed. Now they go into the next class, didn't realize that they just forgot about everything that they just learned. They just lost it. It was pushed in the back of their brain due to hearing the bells. Like, we got to pay attention to certain sounds and stuff like that control the body, and you don't even know it. 432 megahertz is what controls the body frequency.
Yes, sir. Hey, bro, that is deep, bro. So you thinking even the writing on the chalkboards with the screeching of the chalk and all that plays a part too, don't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. Think about that. Now, it's almost like sleeper cells, right? Now, by the time they get to college, they've been suppressed with all these different things, right? They've been suppressed. They've been taught this stuff, but every time they left class, they thought they lost it, but they didn't lose it. It was pushed in the back of their brain to where they wasn't able to access it just by regularly thinking the food that they were eating that had all of the metals in the food and the chemtrails and stuff that goes inside your body. Get it? So then now here they are in college, and they learned they thought they wanted to go to a certain field, and then all of a sudden they learned certain stuff and they got triggered. All of a sudden, here they are with these cell phone towers everywhere, and they turn up the frequency for people that they want to do certain things for. Everybody that was taught that in high school but didn't realize they was taught that, when they turned up that frequency, guess what happens? It's just like a step dance. It's just like a flash mob. Everybody is in sync with each other. How is everybody in sync? But yet we all learn different dances in different parts of the world. But yet everybody's in sync with each other. You know?
Yeah, man. It's terrible.
Yeah. I'm just learning. Just learning.
You see what dude say in the back in the chat?
What you say?
You see what dude say in the chat?
Which one? I'm looking in there right now. Johnny?
Yeah, Johnny.
It says
He's saying it's not 432. He said it's like 8 or so. It's either 432, 442. He said that's that frequency. I don't know. I'm just learning. I just see a lot of stuff, and you know, from me learning how to do music, being in the industry, and then going around seeing how everybody is always doing certain things. And I wanted to know, when I was sending my song out to get mastered, I'm sitting over here like, what the heck are they doing to my songs? All right. So then that's when I started noticing that they were saying that off of YouTube and stuff, the body is tuned into 432 megahertz, which is to the naked ear. If you go right up under the naked ear, your body can't hear, your natural ear can't hear it, but your body can hear it. Your body can feel that frequency. So therefore, when songs are being played, how you think them songs is being planted into your brain? Why you think people is dancing to the song before the beat even come on?
And you make it, and it feels, and it moves. It's emotional. It touches you. It can make you cry. It can make you feel like it's talking to you, because they know the megahertz to put it at. You so right. It's definitely 432. You so correct.
Yeah. See,
But I believe they not tuning the world in at that megahertz right now. They got them tuned at another megahertz. That's why they operating at another frequency. They not operating in the right frequency. They got it tuned at another frequency. You feel me?
yeah, yeah. And I noticed this when I do my music. I started noticing when I talk about my girl, something that all right, is like if you in love, you can't explain love. I don't care what nobody say. Some of the most, you can be the smartest person, but for love, you do the most stupidest things, right? So whenever I write about my girl, I can put that's a real feeling into it, right? So therefore, my frequency is so high, everybody can vibe to it. Now, think about how it is with us right now. I know just from me talking, y'all can feel my frequency. It almost feel like a pulse between all of us right now because my frequency level is that high. Your frequency level is that high, you know? And if y'all notice, when certain people talk, they voice a squeak or it'll go either real deep. Now, that's a natural tuning fork, like you said, that will gravitate towards people regardless and bring you in, bring everybody in. And they know that in the music industry, so they didn't want to teach it to everybody else. Because if, come on now, they did that to the average person and showed them that way, then boom. Instead, they sold out. Hey, Don, what's up? Shoot me your email right now. I just tried to look for your email and tried to bring you in. Exactly. You can collapse a sound. How about this? Tesla, he almost brought down a building in New York with a box the size of a shoebox, a tuning fork inside of it. So therefore, if all of us in here was at a certain frequency and we all hummed a certain tone at the same time, we can bring down whatever we want. We can build up whatever we want. How do you think they built the Great Pyramids? Those pyramids were built off of sound. How can somebody pick up stones that big? It got to be done off of sound.
That's how we was able to move mountains. And that's exactly what they was moving, mountains, tons. Each rock weighed tons. So, each stone weighed tons. So, it was the power of the minds collectively. That's how we was able to bring the rain down. They knew that we was able to manipulate the weather. This is the reason why they playing the part right now to this day. And we don't know that. You feel what I'm saying? So they always trying to play the part of the creator when we was the ones we really are. We got the killers.
My bad, y'all. That was the little pooch tripping.
Nah, you good. Yeah, but definitely, man, the vibration frequencies and definitely, man, tones and just chants, just like you said, bro. That's what I be trying to get folks on, man. Let's get together and do some, just do some toning, because your tone is your tone and your frequency, man. And it's all about us doing our own organic frequency and organic in your highest frequency and your highest way. And being that and connecting our waves, we can really move mountains. I think this is the reason why we so far connected. All the people that's awakening, we so far and abroad, so we can connect our energies around the world. You feel what I'm saying? To make that vibration connect like that. Connect to that universal motherboard and, man, let that frequency spread like wildfire.
See, most people want to be on this frequency. You know, they want to get here. You know, but what we got to realize is this, and this is what other people got to realize too. Once we raise our frequency the way we did, in the way how we are raising it even more, when you get mad at somebody or if you got anger towards anybody or anything, your frequency drops. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize. You can have positive frequency or negative frequency. You know, you can have so much negative frequency, you don't realize that everything you do, you almost causing problems. And don't realize that you causing problems for yourself. And what's the point of starting over, having to get brand new energy every day? You so empty to where you can't never move. What's the point of putting half a tank of energy inside your gas tank? Half a tank of gas, you never on full because you always, you know, so worried about, I got to pay this bill, I got to pay that bill, what this person think, what that person think. You got to clear your mind and stay focused on you. Son of a Don, RJ in the building. Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that, you know, you can lose just by your thoughts. Before you even said your words that you had to say, you lost because you didn't even know what to say because you was lost in thought with no words. Remember when Eminem was in that movie 8 Mile and he choked on the stage? It was because he was at a loss of words. Other dude had the energy in his words to shut him down. It's just like rap beef. It's just like anything. Now, let me see. Don, no, you can't do it that way. But let's see. Hello? Don. What's up with you, Don? All right, got you. Hey, y'all, check this. This son of a Don right here.
Yes. What's up, everybody? Donaldson here. Also, call me Grammar Don on Instagram. I want to say respect out to everybody just now discovering and everybody that's been putting in all this hard work to get everybody where they are right now. You know, because it's through working on your own thing, and then we come together in situations like this that we're able to actually grow and make something new. You know, to create that grid work basically for manifestation. But that's that.
Don. How you been, Don? I haven't talked to you in a couple of days. I have been on your Instagram. I went over there, I checked you out. Of course, like always, I stop through everybody's page and see how they doing, you know.
Thank you. Yeah, this is unfortunately I'm not able to chime in live via the YouTube application on my phone. But honestly, man, things have been going so well for me, man. Been discovering all kinds of new things. I've been actually working on my what I call it's called a recognition authentication. It's almost like a underlying governmental objective acknowledgement with regard to the birth certificate. And so that's kind of something I've been working on. It's a similar thing to authentication, except it just acknowledges the fact that the birth certificate is created with a governmental purpose in mind. You know?
Okay, D. I hear you on that one.
Oh yeah. Also some other things. I'm all about love. I'm all about showing my fellow man love. all the time, instead of any type of like negativity, like hatred or anything like that. I'm trying to be like loving and accepting. I know acceptance is a hard thing to understand, but once we understand love and acceptance, we can take it to a whole other level within the legal world.
Exactly. Now, Don, earlier, I believe it was Huey was talking about a case he had, something about a ticket, and the police was harassing him. And we were talking about, knowing their language in order to keep them off of you.
Well, there's a few things that you could do to keep the cops off you. If you really want to do something, you just do some sort of common law ID, and you get it apostille. You get a nice big gold seal back from the Secretary of State, and that would basically serve probably to deter police officers from even running your name, because they don't want to deal with any type of situation where there's a challenge. You know what I mean? If you have that apostille, that's basically like an international passport. It's not just something that it gets you out of stuff, because it's like saying, hey, look, I'm internationally recognized. There's no way you can tell me that I'm not allowed to be recognized as a legal person. I got the international recognition right here. But one thing about that brings up the license and the IDs, man. They don't actually recognize you internationally. That's why you need a passport.
Yeah, exactly.
You see, try to put heads up on game. I've been doing this for kind of a long time, but showing right now, I'm learning quite a bit right now about the name and who's liable for the name, actually. And of course, as you know, a lot of people think that the state is liable for the name. Truthfully, there is no state. It's a fiction. It's a legal fiction. But although the state is a legal person, so if you recognize it under law and just accept it as a fixture of what's happening, right? You can actually get your death discharged. There's a lot of things you can do with that. You know what I'm saying? Once you accept that the legal fiction exists, boom, watch what happens.
I see what you're saying. But as long as they do their LLC,
I acknowledge that I know about the fictional name, like in court, that's probably what gave them the right to put the no hold and dictate on my name. That's probably why he had the no search warrant on me. The no hold warrant, because I never heard of a no hold warrant.
No, I never heard of that before. What is that? No hold warrant. What is that?
He asking me what's a no hold warrant? I don't know.
Yeah, he don't know. Don, that's what he was asking you at the same time. What was a no hold warrant?
Oh, what is a no hold warrant? Okay. A no hold warrant. Okay, that sounds like a bench warrant. For me, that sounds like a bench warrant, because it's one of those warrants where, like, you can't really hold anybody. Maybe they have a reason to arrest, but there's no personal jurisdiction or something like that, so they can't really hold you. Even though they have something on the book, that means something needs to be settled. You know what I mean? There's still something left unsettled. That's probably what that means.
So basically, if you was an SPC, or if you wasn't an SPC and you was doing business as your all caps because you went and filed out all your paperwork, so when you was in court, you actually take back control of doing anything in your all caps. They can't close anything for you. You have to do it.
SPC? What are you talking about? What's that mean?
All right. It's like this. Because look, if you don't own your all caps and you go to court, they own your all caps because they in control of your bond. You don't own it.
That's true.
Right? So if you do a LLC or your SPC, you become the person in charge of that all caps or that fictitious business, that corporation. And now that took back to you. So when you go to court, you got to ask for the bond. You the one got to close the deal. I mean, you the one who got to say motion for dismissal or, you know, no charges or anything. They can't do it because they don't actually own your bond no more. You actually own it. Am I right?
Well, that's actually a really good point that you bring up right there. Like, well, the interesting thing is just getting a license to do business is not a bond. I wanted to make a mention of that. I know you said that a second ago.
No, it's not a bond, right? Doing business as of your all caps. No, that's not a bond. That's saying that you own that name, right? So,
okay, go ahead.
Nobody else can do business in your name.
It's not. No. It's not saying you own. Saying you're using it. Go ahead, sir. And
you got to file for the DBA. And do the name and all of the stuff because nobody else is supposed to be able to do business in that name if you copywritten it and everything. So when you go to court, they actually got a bond written up in your name in all caps. Now they can't close the case because you own the name now. They can't act like they can't step in and say that they're you. So that's basically the same thing as a secured party creditor. A secured party creditor is somebody that's over their account. You know?
Right, because when I went to court, when I originally went to court for the one that they put the warrant out for me for, not the one that I just got the tickets for, the one that I did like 6 months ago. When I went to court, he asked me was I who I was, you know, and I told him that I was the executor of the estate. I was the true living person. I was not that fictitious name. And he told me that I was free to go and he was going to put a warrant out for me. I left and I came back because it was my first time doing it first of all. And I was kind of nervous about it. You feel what I'm saying? So when I came back, I was willing to go to jail. You feel what I'm saying? So I asked him again, you know, I didn't never step into his chambers. You feel what I'm saying? And I was talking to him outside of his chambers, and I was letting him know that I was the true and living person. And he was trying to get me to own up to the fictitious name. And I was letting him know that I wanted to go on record that I was here to have making a special appearance in the name, and that you couldn't put a failure to appear on me because I was here in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? And he told me that I was free to go and that he would put a warrant out for my straw man.
You told the judge in chambers that you're not the legal person, right?
Right.
Yeah. But then what you failed to do, you failed to accept the bond and close the deal.
Right.
You get it?
Right. That's what you tell him. That's what I'm saying. I failed to say, well, under these terms, I accept the bond that you're setting in terms and would like to offset the deal with me on this paper. That's what you're saying? That's what I'm supposed to do? Or how was I supposed to word it to him? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, all right.
What is he saying right there? Can you repeat that to me? What he just said, please?
Like this. He said, how do he word it to them saying that he's the executor, they the trustee, and he's giving them power to close his account?
Right, because it's all about how I word it to make them understand it in the correct way.
Okay, I think the one word, check this out. You're going to like this. I was working on this earlier today. It's funny you mentioned it. So this is it's called an underlying governmental objective acknowledgement. And it's basically a recognition of their governmental objectives with regard to their use of the name. So them using the name, I think it has something to do with acknowledgement of the birth certificate. And if you do, have you done a birth certificate? You know what they call it? They call it authenticating your birth certificate. Have you ever done that?
I got the apostille.
No, I haven't done it, but I do got my birth certificate and I have all the paperwork to do it. But like I told them before, that was been my whole thing. Like I got all the UCC1, everything, paperwork. I got all of it ready to go, but I just haven't done none of it yet.
Well, that's it. I'm on the same exact level you're on right now. We're on the same boat right now. That's, I think, why we're coming together. I mean, this is it's really good to be on this call and associate with you guys. But what I was writing was, so I recognize a birth certificate of a state as serving a governmental purpose, and I recognize, whatever state that I'm in, to basically make, to have, and to hold that document for their purposes. And then I'll just sign it, and then have that notarized, get that apostilled, and that would basically serve as an authentication of the birth certificate. But it's a different type of authentication. This type of authentication recognizes the state of California as a legal person, as a legal fiction. You're gonna do that in your you see what I'm saying? With a notary presentment. That's huge. That's pretty good. And if you can get the EIN number of your state and include it in that, and then present that to the court, and then give notice to people, of course, obviously too. If you have a filing, a court case going on, you want to probably submit that into the record just so you can have that as one of your
one of my documents and one of my backups.
Yeah, articles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, that's
yes, sir. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like that.
I've already gotten a common law ID. I mean, one time, check this out. I actually had a common law ID that I did where I got an apostille with a big old gold seal on it, got that. And I was saying that I'm from the 1849 Constitution or whatever, not the 51, not of California, And when the cop saw that, he just basically released me. He never even run the name. He just saw the documents that I had, he saw the gold seal, and he just let me go. He didn't even sign. He didn't even try to. I think he was just bored. Maybe he didn't. There was no real crime, no injury, no damage, no nothing. So it was like, well, why do I have to run his name? I don't have to. Plus, it was more difficult. Okay, more difficult for him to have to run this thing when there's no, like, what do you call that? The Department of Motor Vehicles identification number. That number is not listed on there, so therefore he can't run any of those numbers and get anything back from the department. So it's like me saying no thank you to their offer of protection, the birth certificate and all that stuff, but I presented my ID anyway. You see what I mean? It's a complicated situation, but that did work out that time, and I don't have that document anymore. But with regard again to this basic scenario with regard to the acknowledgement of the birth certificate, I don't even calling it a lot of people are calling it authenticating your birth certificate, but I'm saying we shouldn't even call it that because I don't want to authenticate anything because I can't. I'm not the creator of it. See, the government created it, and also my mom, she did it on her will, right? Now check this out, you guys. If you authenticate it, that's like you continuing the cycle. You're going to authenticate the birth certificate and continue the cycle of being the informer. Basically informing the government that they have jurisdiction over you because they're giving you a benefit to keep track of your intellectual property. You see what I'm saying? But if you say no thank you by just recognizing that it has a governmental purpose, now you're truly accepting and loving your brother. You're saying, I accept the fact that you have this document and you're creating it for a governmental purpose, but you're not authenticating it. You're on a whole other level now. You see what I'm saying? And this way you can get consideration when they take shit from you, for any type of governmental reason. Because you put that shit on record and you're just going to be, excuse my French, if you put that on record, you will definitely be sitting pretty.
Okay. We hear that, y'all. That's something we all got to definitely look into.
Yes, sir.
Well, it's about money, too, because it's about consideration, money boy. I mean, just compensation is a constitutional fixture. Okay, U.S. Constitution. No state can create laws that work to circumvent that compensation type or consideration for taking private property for governmental use, for governmental purposes. So just as in, you have an easement, you guys all heard of an easement before, right? You know what an easement is. It's where the government goes and they lien a property right? Because for government, for public purposes, so they can take over and make something for the public, right? Well, they do the same thing with your name. When you basically give them authority to use your name for the public purpose, right? What you're doing is basically saying, now you have to give me just consideration every time you use it. So it's acceptance and return all the way. All the way.
Hey, you got to hit them like this. First, you got to tell them, that ain't my name. All caps, first, middle, and last, that ain't my name. You know, you got to hit them with that. And then they're going to look at you like you crazy. And you give them that crazy eye back. And they're going to be like, well, what's your name? You hit them with your first and your middle. And then they're going to look at you like, all right, well, what you saying next? And you look at them again and they want that last name. Oh,
hey,
that's my family name.
I'll be right back. Hold on one sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's all about separating yourself and knowing what to say. As soon as you start talking to them like that, you get responses back in that way. You get it back that way. When I go sign for anything, I don't even sign with my last name. I only sign with my first name. And I don't sign in no other ink, only blue ink. So
I mean, that's one thing. I'm back, yo.
Yeah. So the first thing that people got to realize is you own yourself by by natural law. You know, you give them authority. They don't have no authority over your straw man until it wouldn't be no straw man if it wasn't for you. So exactly. once you get that in your head in dealing with any of these people or dealing with anybody, when it comes to that all caps, you own that. And you got to know the difference between the two. That's only a business you. That's not you. And once you start saying that and living by that, you'll always separate yourself. They can't catch you up on one thing.
Well, let me ask you this, man, Money Boy, because I think everybody probably wants to know right now, who is liable for the all caps name?
Who is liable? All right. It depends. When you were born, it was two people liable that gave you away. Your mom, your dad, they signed you over to the government. And now your government is running your bond. Right? Your mom, them, is still in control of it until you turn 5. Any contracts, if you don't go and renew it at the 5th year, it become a lost property, a lost estate, a lost trust, lost at sea. Nobody owns that. And if nobody own that, but the second person or the third party, you get it? Your mom first, your dad second, third party. Who's the third party? The government that they signed over your rights to. So who's controlling your lost assets? The government.
I get that. Yeah, that makes sense.
You know? So then once you go back and you take it back, you basically doing back business as your all caps. You in control of everything now. Everything that got to deal with all caps.
Right. And that's exactly what I think. My process serves the same purpose. It does the same thing. It gives you control of your all caps because it's saying basically, if you want to use my property, you're going to have to give me just consideration. You know, it creates a money opportunity for you, but it's going to slow down government abuses. Now, it's not going to show you where $1 million is. I'll tell you that right now. Okay? You won't be able to get rich off this recognition claim thing that I'm talking about, right? Not even a recognition claim. Really, it's like a notice of awareness that you are aware of the fact that they're just using your name. They created it. They made the name. Check it out. To make, have, and to hold. Have you ever heard those words before?
Yeah.
We want to call this married. To have and to hold. Okay? I mean, those words are super important. And when they hold your birth certificate, they made it. They have it and they hold it. Okay? But guess what? You're breaking up. There is no no marriage, and there's no minimum contact, which is going to create any type of personal jurisdiction over you, which will allow you basically in essence to create your own monetary goods of exchange with people in the private capacity. I mean, this could lead to a lot of good things for a lot of people if this was really taken seriously.
Yeah, because think about it. Like you said, there's no money, right? But there are ones and zeros. There are commas. You know, it is offset to where people can live comfortable and offset everything that they need. That's what there is.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Money good.
So if you write them off as a bill of credit, right? You write that.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's called assets and liabilities. You know,
write your
you got assets
bonds
and
off as
liabilities. Now, your straw man is a liability. No, actually, your straw man is a asset, and your debts is the liability or whatever. So therefore, you got, in order to pay off your debts, you got to pay it through your straw man, which the real you got to pay it. You got to use your straw man account to pay it. That's why everybody should know that they straw man is balling.
Well, the truth of the matter is, so check it, yo.
You said they
if you really want to be in the street and be left alone, you leave other people alone too. You know? And so in my opinion, we left the state alone, or they should be leaving us alone. And interestingly, if you got a surety bond, right? Y'all know what surety bonds are?
Yeah, that's through Fidelity and through Treasury Direct. IIEE and the bonds.
Okay. Well, you can get basically a surety bond from any surety bond company. There's a lot of companies, private companies, that offer surety bonds on all types of different things. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You go out there and you get you one of those, right? And you do, if you're trying to do DPA in the name, right? Then you put the surety bond, or you're doing business in that name. And what you're going to basically do, because you're not doing business necessarily in that name, what you do is you get a surety bond that covers any damage associated with that name. And that name is going to be held in public trust already, so you can reference it, got an ID number on it, but you don't have to claim that that name is you. You just be the guarantee. I mean, the bona fide purchaser. You understand what I'm talking about right now? The bona fide purchaser.
Yeah. Yeah, because you don't hold the title. You went and registered your stuff to somebody else that's holding your title. But
you're going to hold the title once you purchase it, is what I'm saying. The state holds the deed. You're going to purchase the title, basically, to be able to discharge that. You're going to be able to create movement on that. Because if there was no bond on that, this is how the state actually creates this personal jurisdiction thing, liability. People don't know, but they're getting tossed into this system of slavery and commercialism, you know. But the courts are supposed to recognize it and discharge that debt. And if they don't,
the only reason why
they could be held liable.
The only reason why people ain't discharging their debt is because they not in control of their straw man. Because they straw man is still lost at sea. What's up,
okay, go on. I hear what you got to say. Other people probably have something to say too. You want to hear your audience have to say?
Yeah, and we got a new subscriber just joined in, Trigger. Hey, what's up with you, Trigger?
He one of my people, bro. He came through from one of the
we can't hear you. Well, hold on, let me see.
What on, Joe?
What's up with you, Trigger?
Hey, can y'all hear me clear out there?
Hey, we all right, feeling amazing.
How y'all? Hey, can y'all hear me though?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
All right, that's good. That's good.
In case you know,
shit.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man, real shit though. Let me know what y'all building on so I can touch bases with y'all real quick.
Basically,
what y'all building on?
We talking about
Basically,
law, bro. What's up with you, man? What's up with you, brother? Appreciate you coming through, man, and stepping in, bro. I know you like the build, bro. I just was trying to invite some brothers in and hear this information, bro. This great information being spread around. So we was talking about law, and we was talking about some contract law, and right now we was just building on yeah, we
like
talk about law.
On the birth certificate, the bonds. We're talking about some bonding, and basically we're talking about surety bonds and the power of doing private bonding versus allowing the public bond to actually cover the damage that the to create the law of the case and all that. I mean, there's, you know what I mean? Like, so in other words, the bond, the birth certificate, okay, is a bond, and when you use that name, and you say that you are that name, what happens is that you're going to be basically placed in the position of being the surety, of that name, and there's some liability that's associated with that, But the idea about it is, if you just come there to settle, see, now you're taking the job away from the judge. Now you're there to settle a matter. You have the Fifth Amendment right of non-self-incrimination. Why do you have to do your name just to be there and settle a matter? Like, the whole goal is, I mean, if there's no crime, you should be able to jockey just like any other lawyer, and step right up, with your bond or whatever like that, and get that discharge and also get paid for your services.
Yeah, that's
you know what? That's real shit.
That's where the fees.
A lot of us, we not. Yeah, a lot of us gotta use our citizenship because they don't want us to use that shit the right way. Like it's shit that it's things in the law book that allows us to do certain things we don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? They're not for a reason. But the people who do know about it, they're able to do this shit because they know about it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So most definitely, man. Like I heard these conversations with a couple brothers who was basically talking about claiming their nationality.
Yeah.
If y'all know what that means, if y'all familiar with that.
Oh yeah. You know we are.
What did you just say to you?
Some other guys are doing the changing their nationality.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, that's scary. I wanna hear. Can you paraphrase what he's saying?
I was about to say it's only scary if that's not your history, but that's our, how we have come to terms. What might be right for one person is not right for the next, but yet that's only for one thing. We all still headed one way, but that's one of the ways that we have to go. One of the ways we have to do it. Because
right, and that's interesting about that changing the nationality thing. Like, do you even have an oath right now? Answer is no. So how do you change your nationality when you don't even have an oath to begin with?
Yeah, that's exactly why they're claiming. They're not necessarily changing it. They're just claiming it. Like basically, they saying they identify who they really are, and the laws don't apply to them because they.
It's like this. Right now, we're POWs. Right now, we're mind controlled POWs. That's exactly what happened. They think we don't know who we are, and they controlling our thinking, telling us what to do until we wake up. Like, hold on, what am I? Am I black? What language does black speak? No language. What language does white speak? No language. What language does Asians speak? Oh, they speak Chinese. Oh, they speak Spanish. Oh, So then, we speak Swahili. Once we know that we speak Swahili and we know that that's where we are, that's in us, and that's our nationality, the certain lineage, now you have a ground to stand on. Once you have a ground to stand on, they can't tell you nothing because, okay, when they used to say, go back home, and we used to say, that ain't our home. I was born right here. So whose land is this right here? It's really our land, and nationality is just something that's tagged,
Yeah.
Right, nationality is basically that one thing that is binding all the people together in what's called an organized political society. That is the essence of nationalism.
Mm-hmm. And everybody agreed to the same thing. They all got that same bloodline origin type. You know, some people don't got.
And you know what the interesting thing about America though is that, like, even though each state is individually sovereign and is a separate state that can create its own constitutions and create its own laws, right? We're the only country in the world, or we were for a long time. Go ahead, man. I'm on the phone. I'm busy. Go ahead. Thank you. All right, thank you. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye. So, let me get back to my point. The United States was, by the way, I'm in San Francisco, so there's a lot of people walking around that feel very comfortable, okay? So the U.S. government literally represents all of the states, you guys. We have no international representation as sovereign states, like, say, from California. United Nations doesn't recognize California. It doesn't recognize Texas. It recognizes its state. Because that's the only one that it can treaty with. On Article 1, Section 10, look that up in the Constitution. Article 1, Section 10, no state can create any treaty with any foreign entity. Right? Only the United States gets to do that. So that just lets you know right there, our nation is of a different breed than the other types of nations. This is how you saw the European Union sprout and come to fruition, is because it's like trying to create a mirror image of the United States only in Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then that's what happened. And we were here on this side first before 1492. You know, that's why a lot of people don't go back before 1492. A lot of people don't realize who were we and where were we, as in on this planet, on this playing field. You know, we were spread it out all over, four corners of all over this place. So therefore, we could never be foreign anywhere. We weren't foreign, you know, before 1492, before, all right, Sonny Ali Burr, right? He was the king. That's my bloodline, you know. Now, his brother, and before him, it was Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa's sons and his little cousins, they left. When they left, they jumped on boats and they took a lot of their people in a lot of their ways, how they were building all their pyramids and everything like that, and how we had took over Timbuktu and all that stuff. They took some of that knowledge and came over here, you know, because they already was learning how to go on the waters over there on Africa, on the side of the water, right? Because remember, all this was one mass land at first until it broke up. Once it broke up, if y'all notice how Florida is and how Africa is, it looked almost like a round part to where you get sucked in right there. And that's how they started learning how to come around. So we were already here in this land, and so all they did was came and wiped out the people over here. Because if you go back to Africa right now, those people don't know nothing about the slave trade. Why not? It's because it was the brothers of the people that had left. We the family, we the original people that was already here. And then they turned around and said that it was Indians, when really it was no such thing as Indian. It was just indigenous. The Indians became $5 Indians. That means, how could somebody pay $5 and become an Indian and have a nationality? Because they were trying to wipe us out and try to say that we weren't here.
Well, that's probably,
man, we are the Indians, man.
Right?
Yeah.
Good. Mm-hmm.
The Indians are black people.
Yep, they are.
Anybody tell you different, bro? They're not really looking hard enough, bro.
Exactly. They're not looking hard enough. Now, if they notice that the Indians were us, the original, I don't want to say black, because when they say black, they try to say that we don't have no nationality because somebody with black don't have no race. Black don't have a language. So that's where they catch us up at on paperwork. When you go filling out paperwork and you're going to go for a job application, it's only certain boxes they put on there for a reason. So therefore you get labeled accordingly. And it's like, come on now. Like, if you know we're white. What I mean by that is on paperwork, we supposed to be white. Have you looked up the term, Don? The term of white on the ethnicity form? Have you looked at that, Don?
Actually, I have looked at it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like white doesn't necessarily mean color of skin. It's like being in good standing with citizens.
Exactly. It's a status. It's a status. That's all it is. That's all it is.
It doesn't mean color. It means standing. And all of a sudden, like, see, guess what? You know, truthfully, you got indoctrination. How do you deal with all that indoctrination? You show love. We got to show love, man, and spread it to it, you know?
Yeah, because if we go on the form and if you read it and you look at what it says under white, it says somebody from North Africa. We're like, what? You know, how is that? So, you know, that's just a status.
Status it's interesting. Status is actually has a governmental use.
Yeah.
We don't need status necessarily unless we determine we do in our societies. You know, like in your house, you have a status. Check that out. You got the head of the household. You got the mom, the dad, right? You got the kid. You know, you got all these different, the butler, okay? All these different statuses, right? What's wrong with status? In the household, it's good. And now, outside the household, status can exist, right? But it exists by consent only.
And you got to think of it like this, too. That ain't you. That's the status of your straw man.
Well, that's why I was saying,
you know, it's learning a game.
To the Secretary of State of your state, recognizing and acknowledging the governmental purpose for the birth certificate, what you're doing is you're letting them know that you're in a different status, that you're in the private status. That's what you're doing. The whole purpose for this letter that I'm working on right now and then thought about, it's not an authentication, it's more of a recognition, and it basically lets everyone know, it informs the government and every agency and every man and woman associated therewith that any type of use of the name for the governmental purpose, right? Because you were told your name. Your mom and dad told that to you. You didn't need to read it on a piece of paper to learn that was your name. Okay? So you didn't read and learn your name from a piece of paper that the government gave you. You were told that stuff, right? So therefore, your name is that, and you're using it because your mom and dad told you your name, and any use by the government of your name that identifies your physical character along with it, with a birth certificate date and all that stuff that identifies you in any way, shape, or form, has nothing more to do than with a governmental purpose. Anytime they use it, you get your fee schedules ready, guys. This is what I'm suggesting. Everyone make this recognition claim. Send it out to your local county, to your county, as well as to the Secretary of State.
Don, I sent it to all they ass. I sent it to 18 agencies. They already know who I am. I know who I am. I woke their ass up.
Let's talk to me about your letter real quick. I don't know the details about it.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to talk about the details of the letter on live. I'm not going to do that. You know, that's private information. You trying to get me shut down and try to, no, I can't put that information out there like that. You know, that's for the team. You know, it's for new people that's coming, and that's for the team because, you know, you got to know the difference between public and private and what you can and cannot say.
I guess I've been wrong at the spot then, haven't I? I yield the mic now.
Yay and nay. You ain't said nothing really. You ain't hit no marks. I mean, you've been hitting marks, but you ain't hit the mark. Like, I know the marks because they done shot my channel down. They'll stop my live. I know when we hit a mark.
That's right, bro. I'm glad we don't be hitting the mark, bro. I'm glad you know the boundaries, bro. I'm glad you know the boundaries. So we just putting enough information out there where folks is supposed to take it upon themselves to look. That's how you know when the journey start. You feel me? Because if they take the journey, they will look and find the information and start working for themselves, and they will stumble upon more information. little by
Yep.
little, you know what I'm saying? And be willing to come in and see that the information is not fraudulent. It's true information to help you out. So this is about you to take the information and do what you need to do with it. For those who
Yep.
listening, that's going to get a wind of this information because they always giving great information. And I'm blessed and I'm honored to be here with these brothers dropping out this information. So anybody take heed. I got my mother right here. I be trying to tell her. So it's just like to hear other people talk about it and not come from me is a great thing for me, man. Because I be trying to get them to do the right thing and help
Hey,
us all do
Huey.
the right.
Hey, Huey,
Yeah.
you got to be careful letting moms hear this information. I let my mom hear this information. She deeper than me. She done took over my chat and everything a couple of times.
I hope she take over me. You feel me? That's what we need because when the elders get a hold of it, I was just talking to a lady in the apartments and they understood it. You feel me? And it's just like when they understand it and be like, okay, son, you really make sense and get a whiff of it, we'll help each other because it's about the elders and us to get down to our youth and connect everything. That's what make the whole movement work.
Because think about this. Think about the 3 signatures. Remember I just said it was 3 signatures, your mom's, your dad's, and the government,
and then exactly,
and then plus your footprints.
Excellent.
And your footprints, right? So right now, your mom got the authority over the trust, which is you, but your mom and your parent, your mom and your dad is the executor over your trust, and the government is the trustee. They the ones collapsing all of your debt that's created through you instead of you doing it right now. So your mom could collapse all that for you. She can, everything that we trying to do, she can do it for you. She can't do it for herself because it's the pecking order.
And that relates to this thing called reversionary interest, whereby the assets and debt of a decedent revert back to the government after death,
Yeah, exactly. After death. Now, think about this. We're supposed to claim our bloodline, not just, what about our grandparents, our great grandparents, all late assets?
Her mom just passed, and then her husband had passed about 10 years ago. So I was just telling her about that. The death certificates that's out there.
So what you do is you go get that blood test, that mouth swab. So when you claiming all your stuff, you claiming your DNA. What's the point of claiming everything except for your DNA? You're leaving the main thing behind. They own your DNA because of that placenta, the afterbirth that was left. That's the one that they created the bond on you, the dead you.
Well, you can, technically speaking, right, in civil law countries, in America as well, right, the child takes on the status of the parent until the child becomes of age. If the child never changes the status on the record, then guess what, you guys? There's a presumption of law that the child will take on the status of the parent. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, the 12 presumption of law.
If you don't rebut the government's interjection into your situation, then it's going to be presumed the government can act as parent patrie, like basically get in that mug, and then make decisions.
Mm-hmm. The government.
Unconscionable, it's what they call an unconscionable contract. You see, because you didn't have any knowledge of it. You don't know contract law. You're not supposed to. You're not a licensed attorney. You're not a lawyer. You don't have to go out and learn the law. So all you need to really know about is who's liable for the name. And the truth is, well, you're not, because first of all, the law, ultimately, there's no money in the system. There's no actual money in the system. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if there's no money in the system, and your name is actually owned by the government, think about that. Can you even prove that your name is your name? You probably can.
I just told you how. Don. I went through it. I did it. I sent they butt a couple of papers, put them all on notice. I put the whole world on notice, and then I filled out all of the other necessary paperwork to take that name. And then I went there and I showed them my certificate of live birth compared to my birth certificate. A birth certificate is only a birth certificate for that all caps. A certificate of live birth saying that you actually came through your mother and landed here. You was birthed through her water and not they water. They don't have no. It's all about
Yes,
seed.
sir.
So that's how you gotta get them.
There's a lot more detail though that I don't want to get. I could get into right now, and I'll just say it. The civil law involves mother's name and father's name. If you have your mother's name and father's name both, maiden name of your mother and father's last name on your birth certificate, and then you associate your name with that, plus give the birth date on that certificate, there could be an issue. With regard to your consenting to the jurisdiction of the state court instead of being in the private capacity. See, and the reason is because, well, in civil law countries, they actually attach the name of the mother and the father to the child. You see? So this is why it's important to kind of like, this name game is so cool, understanding the power of the name. And it actually comes down to property, who owns what. And so this is why I like keeping it short. You don't own property. The government owns all property. I think everyone on the call can probably agree that the government owns all property. You have to have a license for almost everything, right?
No.
Yep.
No. You
That's
take that.
Shit.
You take it back. You take it back. You do your business
take shit back.
Yes, you can.
Take shit back when the government come for their shit, man. They
Nah,
can
you
take
can't.
your
You gotta
house
listen
if they
to
want that
them.
motherfucker.
Listen, hear them out.
Yes,
You gotta listen to them, bro, because you can. This is what we have
Yes,
to
you
do.
can. Yes, you can, bro. What you got to do is.
Hold up, Money Boy. Let's talk. Go ahead, do your thing. But you understand, we're all learning here.
Yeah. We all learning. This is still in learning process. Nothing is 100%, but this is just off of facts and off of step-by-step process and paying attention and knowing. Long as you know what you standing on your square, your star, you can't be knocked off. You don't got to sign nothing over to the government. You can be signing it over to your trust. And if you sign it over to your trust, the government don't own your trust. You own your trust. The living you own your trust. The you that came out of your mom own your all caps. Your stuff is in your all caps. You own your all caps. So therefore, you own your stuff. Your stuff is not being registered to the system no more. It's being registered to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Did I just drop a bombshell?
I
Yeah,
hear
you
man.
did.
Whoa.
You did.
Hey, that's some shit right there, man. I ain't never heard that. Now, I need you to go in on details with that shit right real quick, bro, because I need to be prepared with that kind of knowledge. Now I need to know some more shit.
Yeah, this is just time and energy I didn't put into trying to get myself out the hole. So it's like, the only way I can say that I'm trying it, that's the only thing I can say is I'm trying it. I can't say what will work and what won't work. So all I can say is what I'm doing and what I'm trying. And then if somebody else in here,
you want to, the trust you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
The trust. The way to make it really become super impactful, I think, almost immediately, right? To get the local municipality to stop abusing and to stop trying to use the ordinances to take away your property and all that stuff, right?
Is to don't register it to them.
I think the way to do that is to literally send a notice that you recognize that any use of your name for any one of the reasons, any bill that comes in the name for any reason, for governmental purposes, all that stuff, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, that's
100%.
That's in one of the letters that we sent out that that the team got over here. I already put them all on notice. I put all of them on notice, and then I hit them all with a fee schedule and let them know if you do business in my all caps, I'm going to sue you. If you put me in handcuffs, that's $10,000. If you try to do fingerprints, that costs. If you use my name, all right, they can't close a case in your name because you have to close it. Because they can't do it in your name because they don't own that name. And first, you got to prove that you're not that name, right? By writing them that letter saying that you came out of your mama. You ain't no all caps. No, I own that. That's a corporation. Now, y'all, anywhere out of my house, that's a corporation that we're dealing with. So therefore, I'm only dealing with corporation type stuff. So therefore, if y'all want to do business with me, you know, this is my schedule. If I get pulled over by the highway patrol, you got to have a highway notice and showing them the laws. Driver.
Okay, but first of all, where's your bond? What bond do you have in place in case you're wrong?
All right. Now check this. So I asked the lady when I was just at court. I asked the lady this. I said, "Oh, why don't you just dismiss this case?" That was the public defender that was over me, right? Because this is me still learning, y'all. I'm keeping it 100. I'm still learning. So me, I don't go to jail often, so I'm using this case as a stepping stone to get information. So I asked her, right? So I asked the lady.
This woman is trying to assault me right now, y'all.
Oh, man.
I just want you to listen to this woman assaulting me. Go ahead. What were you saying?
I'm saying you're a pathetic piece of scum.
I'm a pathetic piece of scum.
Show her love and light. Tell her just like that. Say, demon, be gone. Yeah, show her some love and light, man. You don't need that negative energy even around you. You got to stay positive, Grammar Don. Now, look, y'all. So I asked the lady. So I asked her, I was like, so why don't y'all just dismiss the case? You know, go on and close it. She said, I would, but unfortunately, I can't. And I said, why? She got the bond. The other, you know, the district attorney, I go, she got the bond, right? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, okay. You can't close it because I own that name. How can you close something that you don't own? You can't go into a bank and do banking as me when I own that. And that's not me. The all caps, not me, because I'm the living man, which is right here. That's a corporation. Everybody got to know the difference between the two. Corporation, living.
What distinguishes people who got the exact same name?
Exactly. Now I got an answer for that, but I want Moneyboy to go first, yo.
I was just getting ready to say, go claim that DNA. Remember when I said go get your mouth swabbed? That's the difference. And the numbers on your birth certificate, which your mom them agreed on when they signed that birth certificate and did that and registered you with the state, they gave you a number. You know, a bond number. That's what make you different from somebody else with your name. You got to claim your DNA, and that bond number is what separates you.
I mean, that's basically what everybody doing now. They got their social security, you know, and they claim their name on their ID card. Their ID card is in all caps. Everybody's ID card, their name is written in all caps.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that makes you a citizen. That makes you a 14th Amendment citizen to the United States. That makes you in a jurisdiction. That giving you jurisdiction, giving them jurisdiction over you. So what you're supposed to do is supposed to rescind those contracts. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's a contract with them to give them that you abide to their rules and their regulations. So you got to abide by they citations, they codes. You got to lie by their speed and things because you got that ID and that driver's license. See, when you separate the two, you can control that straw man. So you got to know it's a difference.
Yeah. So it's like this. If you still choose to get a driver's license because you still choose to deal inside their corporation, you got to know that driver's license is only for your corporation, all caps purposes. So you got to have two forms of ID. You got to have your common law and you got to have your corporation. If you don't, then they're going to say, nah. It's only one. You got to still show them.
So that's why I need a common law, because I know that I got this license just operating for my car for Lyft. That's the only reason why I need this license, because I'm operating this Lyft under commerce to earn fee. So this is the only reason why I need this driver license. Other than that, I need the common law ID for my personal use for myself, because I'm the true living person.
Yep.
Yeah, common law ID is good, but there's one thing that separates your name from another person's name with the same name, okay? And that would be your conduct. The relationships that you have with other people, the contracts that you have, those are the things that actually you can use as evidence to show that you are a different person than the other one.
Nah, your footprint. It's your footprint. When you first come out, when you signed the contract, you know how you signed that contract when your parents signed you over? Your footprint. That's what makes you different. Your footprint is
your footprint is your signature.
Your footprint ain't gonna never change.
But isn't your footprint automatically attached to the labeled you with that your mom named you at birth? Your footprint is attached to that. That's why they take copies of your footprint at the hospital as soon as you're born.
Exactly.
That's why it's illegal to have babies outside the hospital in most states.
No. All right. That's a whole nother topic.
Outside the state, you got 3 days before
and
you
if
can.
It ain't done in the hospital, they gotta have documented proof of your baby's footprints and all of that shit.
No, that's because they trying to make you their citizen. If you got 3 days to become a live human being. That's why they rush you for 3 days to do the birth certificate. I got 5 kids, so I know they give you 3 days. So my question is,
does anybody know who don't follow the rules in that situation? Like, have a kid, don't let it get registered in the hospital, no medical records. The kid ain't even got a name, you know what I'm saying? And you let the kid grow up and it becomes an adult and it tries to basically build in life. Now, how would he start building in life without having started in that system and like everybody else? That's my question. Like,
you got to do this.
Fit that individual.
It almost does and it almost don't. Remember, it's always a good and bad to everything. Now, remember the Amish people. Think about how Amish people live. They'll say if it's 1,000 of us and we all came with all that like $100, and then we all came together for a year and we bought a piece of land, and now we was like, all right, we all gave the government back all them things, right? Once we give them back the passport, that's what makes you that billionaire. But remember, that's the last thing you give back is that passport, and you become that billionaire. But now every birth of a baby that was born on your private land, y'all private land, and y'all record them births inside of y'all a new Bible. I mean, not a new Bible, but y'all birth records. You create that for y'all team, y'all family members. Every family member that's born into our community, now we keeping our own records. And that's where bonds come in at.
And that's where we make our wealth, and that's how we become our own nation and have our own land and be able to sustain. Because this is what they're doing. This is what they're doing. They mining us because human resources.
We realize it's a fight to fight, but we gotta think smart. Like if we just say we don't need nothing that the system has to offer, then we are vulnerable. We have no protection. What's stopping us the first month we actually build a real civilization with all of us? You know what I'm saying? And everybody living positive, how we want to live, how we want to, and they just drop a big ass bomb and kill everybody.
No, that's where security treaties come in at.
I'm saying, what's going to stop that from happening though?
The same thing that stopped them from doing it to the Amish. The same thing that stopped them doing it to the Indian resorts, bro. Because you got to make a treaty. It's things that they have to abide by. You feel still rules that they got to abide by. That's why they have
that Indian shit.
It's not a treaty.
From doing that Indian shit is
doing the right thing at the local level to each other. We got to treat each other right. And it starts inside our communities and then it stretches outward.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. It's like this. The first way. The first thing you got to do is to get the account is you got to go off the law of the land. The first law that was given was don't cause harm and don't hurt nobody and all that stuff. Don't kill, right? Once you get there, right, they feel like you.
The first law was love God.
Yeah, love God. That's first. God rules is first. Once you go by God rules, and then y'all start making y'all other legislation rules like the other countries did. You got to agree to disagree. You got to know that, all right, we're gonna agree. Y'all don't bomb us.
This is my question to y'all. If when shit does really pick up speed and are a positive reaction towards society, what type of problems you think people gonna have to encounter like us? I just want to know for y'all honest opinion, because I feel like it's gonna be just like some racism shit. but it's going to be basically intellectual racism. Like people who believe this and don't believe that, they'll be feeling some type of way about other type of people to the point where it'll start wars. And I think that's going to be what World War III going to be all about, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be about the change of the world and people believing what they want to believe and the freedom to believe. The freedom going to believe is going to be at jeopardy real soon. Real soon. That's why they're coming out with technology and shit.
Now, check this. The technology is to stop us. If you notice, have you changed? What I mean by that, have you felt your energy level change in these last 2 years?
I felt my energy level change a lot of times, man.
No, I'm talking like dramatically in these last couple of years. Like you just all of a sudden start feeling a peak. Like you like, hold on. The more and more I eat right, I keep getting more and more energy.
Yeah, but you want to know? I asked myself that same question, but you know where it fucks up at? When I ask myself, damn, could it just be that I'm getting older? Could it just be that I'm getting older and my brain is just picking up on certain waves that I couldn't pick up on 2 years ago because I was still growing? Could that be what it was? Like,
it's that too. And then once you started changing your diet, as you started getting older, you wasn't eating the same stuff that you was eating, so you wasn't clogging your pineal gland.
Well, let me chime in here. This is Jeremiah, a.k.a. Donaldson, also Grammar Don on Instagram, if you guys want to follow me. Grammar Don, I do some human beatboxing and singing. And also I'm a rapper. I use nothing but prepositional phrases to rap with. But check this out, you guys. In 2010, I had spiritual awakening. Okay? Recognizable. I remember the time, date, and everything.
That's dope.
9 o'clock p.m. 9:58 okay? April 28th. But here's the thing. I literally had cosmic conscious awareness. And I realized like myself as a little speck of consciousness that could see to the other side of the cosmos and also be in one place at one time. In other words, I could imagine what was across the universe, but at the same time, he's here in this location, serving a purpose. And to me, I think a lot of people had that same awakening moment where they realized, hey, they're here now as pure awareness, pure consciousness. And I think that is definitely something that has happened. So yeah, everyone has woken up. They have. Don't realize there's something going on here.
Yeah, I realize it. I feel it. And I believe like this. All of us in here feel it. And a lot of us that are looking or seeking, as I say, for the same thing, we all on that same wavelength. And that's why we keep coming together. Because we know.
What I think really gonna happen though?
We're on the same frequency.
I think, hey, everybody on this panel probably fuck with Tupac, right?
You know it.
Listen, you know it, bro.
Hey, check this out. And we don't even know why we fuck with this nigga, right? We don't even know why. It's just the energy. The words he even said was energy, right? Now the nigga said he wasn't trying to change the world, but he was would change the world. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was already acknowledging that his work was gonna basically wake up a lot of young people.
Facts.
Now, when Pac came out with his music, you gotta understand, when he came out of music, that was the 90s. And he died in the 90s. So that lets you know what generation he was created for.
Facts. It's great for us.
All right. So he was created for the 90s generation. The 90s generation, we supposed to be putting in work for the youth after our generation. Facts. Because they supposed to follow the bread generation, because every generation, whether you know it or not, they got specific abilities. So it also makes people different. What age generation that you was born in, that also matters because of the end time. You see what I'm saying? So that come with astrology. But but what I'm getting at is he knew the real system, and he saw it from a different perspective than a lot of people. So he was basically the black sheep. You feel what I'm saying? So
Before his
it's
time.
not hard to believe. It's not hard to believe that a lot of rich, famous people was hiring Pac to like perform for them. You get what I'm saying? Like celebrity shows and shit. Like all his shows wasn't concerts. Like you gotta understand how big of a star this man. Like this man had celebrity stars asking him to come rap for them at their pool party and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So he was affiliated with a so he knew the system, and he said he was the change with us waking up at the time we waking up. Technology on the brink right now. He also talked about chips.
Yeah.
Now I'm not making this a pop or a rapper in general. How it happens for a reason, and if we look back with an objective view, if we really sit and look at it, be able to connect the dots.
Facts.
And a lot of people don't have the patience or the focus to actually be able to connect all of the dots next.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but what I'm realizing is I used to listen to a motherfucker on YouTube named I forgot his real name, but he used to be on the Infinite Waters or whatever, man. And he was talking about
Oh, that's Ralph Smart. Ralph Smart.
Yo, Ralph Smart, bro. I was listening to this man, bro. I had wrote up a J, and you know what I'm saying. And he was talking about those kids, and you got the crystal kids and all of this shit. And I'm thinking, well, damn, I ain't too focused on the name. You know what I'm saying? I'm focused on the classification that each generation has. So I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, if I know astrology is real, the system with the also, that means everything's a complex diversity. So when you think on think of every facet of that actual system to be exactly as complex as the entire system is.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like he said he was gonna wake up a group that was gonna help save the world. You know what I'm saying? So like our generation is basically the pioneers for the people that's supposed to use their actual abilities to help save the world. Because you know, they was talking about the age of Aquarius is the information age. And we all know what happens after the information age. I hope we do. After the age of Aquarius, we got the age of Capricorn.
Yeah.
And it's already been stories about what's supposed to Capricorn.
Yeah.
Hey, they say at the age of Capricorn with telepathic abilities. And then the
now how about this?
The government not going to be able to hide more. Kids are going to be born with powers that they can't suppress.
That's how I'm feeling now.
In the age of Capricorn, they're not going to be able to hide a lot of shit. They're not going to be able to hide a lot of shit, bro.
And that's how I'm feeling now. How is a mother so connected with their baby and they don't even have to be in the same house? Like when the mom first coming home, if you notice, the baby is already juiced, excited. You like, hold on, ain't nobody here yet.
I feel it.
I feel it. You know, it's that energy. It's the energy that we're learning to control right now. That we able right now.
Yeah, but our generation really control it. But our generation is really the generation that realized that we can control it. Now we the ones. That's what our whole flag stand for. Like we the ones who basically decoded the fucking secret way faster than they ever expected.
Exactly.
That's why they allowed the internet. You gotta think about this for a minute. The internet was for the military first, bro. For everybody, bro. The internet was for the military at first. Like when you was just living, like at some point, like back in the day, when you was just living in the house and you was just a regular middle class person, you didn't own a computer, bro. Only you was trying to find out who sold the damn computer, so you can save up for a computer. Like when the computer first came out, now you got to think about when technology to burst out and be accessible to basic regular people. You know what I'm saying? And the internet, all the information that was getting passed down through the internet pipeline, like Y2K world. Y2K was about the shift. The whole
Mm-hmm.
shift in the world
Smart man.
age,
Wise
the
man.
boost in the information age, like that was a big ass boost in the information age, bruh. Like when that like that, everybody started becoming walking dictionaries, walking human recording devices and shit.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that right there helped open and unlock the human mentality as a
Yeah.
whole. The whole civilization had to change. That's why school systems had to change, hospitals had to change, all kind of shit had to adjust to that. You know what I'm saying? Because of the mental, the mentality of the people at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I think where we headed right now, we got to be prepared for a lot of shit. We can't just walk. We can't just march with our heads up like we know the secret.
Spiritual.
And these
Spiritual
motherfuckers
warfare,
know
man.
these motherfuckers know we know the secret. Look, these motherfuckers know we know the secret, and we don't know what angle they're gonna come at the goddamn trying to divide. No, they probably invite the flat Earth community to a fucking cruise and sink that motherfucker.
Hey, but then you got to realize
We
this.
gotta be able to foresee.
You gotta
We gotta
feel
be
it.
able to foresee everything, bro.
And think about what you just said. We the last ones, right? Because most of us in here, like not to bring it back to Ralph Smart, but I was on the Indigo, or Crystal Kid, because I'm in the 70s. I'm the last of the 70s, right? So my energy is totally different from a lot of the younger people right now.
Exactly.
In the 90s. Yep.
Right? So then we got to realize that we don't die. And if we don't die, the only way we can live the true abundance life and really be able not to die,
spread the knowledge.
Spread the knowledge. You got to spread the knowledge. You can't have no anger in your body. Anger holds you down. Hatred holds you down. All right, remember, there's no gravity. Gravity is something that's in our mind. What makes you feel lighter? What you eat. Also, what you eat, and then your mindset, your thoughts. Why do you think people get migraines? Because they think too much. Whenever they thinking too much, they feel heavy. Whenever you eat a hamburger, you feel heavy. But whenever you eat live vegetables and you exercise and you light on your toes, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Like a bee. Let's go, bro. I feel an energy through this. I feel an energy, bro.
Yeah. Hey, it got me excited right now. I'm like, man.
Hey, real shit. Look, I'm just saying on general, man. We need to start a real intel group. Like,
what's up?
Where motherfuckers really strategize what's really
up?
real out
I'm
here.
with
Like,
it.
what we really got to start doing. Like niggas need to have like their own medical people, like people that know how to mess with herbs and heal shit. Like,
why you think I brought Team MB together? It's millions and billions of people that feel just like you, feel just like me.
Y'all realize the flat Earth community is a lot bigger than the flat Earth community. What I mean by that is the Taekwondo person that fights the way he does will soon become a flat Earth person. The vegan person that's been vegan for 12 years is gonna realize why it's best to be a vegan when they become a flat Earth person. So what we really protecting is not only the fact that the Earth is flat, we protecting the fact that the Earth been deceived. That's the whole point. It ain't even the fact that the Earth is flat. It could be a damn diamond fall. I give a fuck. My point is we was lied to. And the motherfuckers knew it was a lie, and they still pushing a lie, and that makes me motherfucking worried. Because guess what? I ain't got kids out here yet, but I'll be damned if I send my kid to school when I know they being lied to, taught about a damn globe.
Facts.
Shit, bro. It's hard kids today now, and I know they being taught that shit and not want to tell them what's really real.
And but that argument about flat Earth is a little. It's not provable by any means by you or me or any of those other agencies, so it's almost not even worth discussing,
Hold on, but
you know how I know
you
it's
can say that about that. You can say the same thing about the round Earth, then.
Man, look, I ain't even gotta go into that. I know how I can prove it's real.
So it's like he said, we've been lied to, and that's the whole point. We've been lied to.
That's true. We have been lied to. I can agree with it, bro.
And I know lied to, and I felt that shit all over my body when I realized it, bro. It was like about 4 years ago. It was about 4 years ago, and I was researching some religious shit. And I felt like I felt like I had a real epiphany, man. Like I felt like
You had a
the
spiritual
creator.
awakening,
I
bro. It
felt
was spiritual, bro.
like the creator, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you, bro. I felt like whoever the creator is, his spirit. When I looked at this shit and I researched this shit and I came to that realization, bro, it felt like he was right there at the computer with me, bro. Like that shit was crazy, bro. I got goosebumps everywhere,
Hey,
bro. And that's how I know. That's how I know when the truth is felt, bro. It's real, bro. Like
we all went through that. I went through the same thing, bro. That's crazy. But
Science supports the round earth model, right? Science.
mm-hmm.
And they also support evolution. Okay, now, go to the biblical aspect of reality or version of reality, and they don't say whether the earth is round or flat, but they do talk about firmament, and Christianism believes in a.
Hold on. You said what? You said in the Bible they don't say that the earth is flat?
I never said that.
Oh, I was about to say he did say that inside the Bible.
Hold on, bro. Let him talk.
Okay.
Yeah. What I'm saying is that science supports an evolution, and the Bible supports a creation doctrine. And because science supports a round earth model, then you can easily deduce, right, or deduct, right, from the
hold on.
the Bible is talking about flat earth. In other words, they never really. That's why you have the firmament. It talks about the firmament that separates the water.
Yo, I got a question.
So,
Yeah.
I got a question. I got a real serious fucking question for everybody who even think about a fucking evolution theory or a fucking globe earth theory. Look, man, in the hell, and this is what I asked my teacher when I was like, I don't know when they teach you, when they supposed to teach you about the globe and all of this shit. But whenever they taught me this shit, I'll never forget it, man. I always ask my teacher, how in the hell is y'all evolutionary theory possible, but you still want to doubt a creator? I don't give a fuck if the earth is a globe or flat or not. I realize that the earth ain't no globe. That's my whole point of being a flat earther, because I believe it's flat. You feel what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, if the earth was a fucking globe and the earth did come from some evolutionary fart, my point is this: something created that shit.
Huh? Say it again.
You get what I'm saying?
Say it again.
Something created that shit. Something created that. Even if it did, even if the earth came from a big bang, something created. It wasn't no asteroids colliding. It could have been God waving his hands and making some magic happen. And he said, you know what? I'm here. And boop, you got a big ass fucking explosion right here. That's what he wanted to do. But people want to say, oh, I don't believe there's a God because evolutionary theory is supported by science. You're a dumb motherfucker.
Let me. I got you, bro. I'm gonna explain it. I'm gonna explain it to you.
Psychoanalyzed. You need to be psychoanalyzed on what the fuck common sense really is, bro. And you know what? I realize people, because it's strengthened in a room full of people and everybody tell you that the Redskins won the game, and you believe that shit, and one person in there say, nah, bro, the Vikings won the game. You gonna believe the Redskins won the game just because a whole room said that shit. But then when you check on your phone, the Vikings won. And you feel like an idiot because you went with the majority. And that's what the globe earth theory really is, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is.
The whole reason why I brought it up was because to show you that you are the true wealth in the universe. In other words, like none of this time stuff would even happen if it wasn't for the human mind.
Exactly.
Mind tapped into the universal, you know. Like we have to, what it is. Like I'm not saying that there's even an afterlife. I'm not willing to go that far to say that there's another form of life. I believe we live within eternal life. We actually experience eternal life right now, and we don't realize it because we've been told that this is not eternal life, that we die.
Yeah.
We were lied to.
Yeah. Bro. Told to die, but that's part of the matrix. You think about that. Now you know that there's another aspect of you that's larger than the one you thought about before. With it. what are you going to do with it now? We got to love each other in order to make this thing happen even further. We got to bring forth so much love and compassion that we literally cause other people to be confident, inspiring them basically to be more of who they really are, loving, beings, loving human beings. I think intrinsically people are loving, and the more love, the more money. And the wealth, really, if you think about where this wealth is going to come from, it's from the awareness that all these things are intrinsically.
You can't be worried about no money.
No.
Yeah, you can't be worried about no money because you are the value. You feel me? If there was no money, what is your value? Your value is what's in you, how you feel, your output, how you feel about yourself. You shouldn't need.
You know why I
if
feel
you,
like we need money?
Why?
No.
We need money to be more effective on money. When you in the jungle, if you in the jungle that's surrounded by trees and the ground is full of water, you gotta adapt to that shit. You got to adapt to that damn surrounding and to be best at that surrounding, even if it is to help people get the fuck out of that surrounding. You gotta have some kind of route to get through there that's helping other people get adapted to that environment. So when we in a money trap, because that's what the society that they put out here for us is. It's a money trap.
Yeah.
Because you know what I'm saying, there's ways to make a lot of fucking money, but most of them is illegal. So it's a money trap. So you know what I'm saying, when you look at it like that, to actually help people out of a money trap, you got to have money. You got to be a good person with money. That's what the way it is, because there's very few people that are good people with good hearts with a lot of money. There's very few people. So that's why the world is the way it is. Now, if we can turn the tables and make most of the good-hearted people in the world rich, and then we'll see a change, because then the money won't be the root of all evil anymore. It'll be the root of all good.
Yeah.
See, it's a double-edged sword, bro. It's a double-edged sword. See, if we walk around and the rest of the world keep using money, and we just a little bit of people over to our little society that don't use their
Heck yeah,
money,
we lost.
it's
We'll
gonna
be
take
lost.
forever. It's gonna take forever. It's gonna take forever. We're gonna have pitfalls. We're gonna have way too many traps, bro. We won't get nowhere. So we
So
will
that's
have
why I
we gotta
always
help
bring
each
it back.
other get a lot of fucking money. We gotta help
Yeah.
each other get a lot of money for the right reasons, man.
Go ahead.
For the right reasons. People, we gotta have the right people in financial power, if you understand what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
financial power now is not the good people. That's what's going on.
yeah, because
Financial power are not good. You know what I'm saying? They want to be good people, but how they got that money got them so fucked up. They don't know how to be good anymore. They're lost, which is why God got forgiveness on all of them people, depending on what their heart is like. Because it says in the Bible, bro. I don't know how y'all believe in the Bible, if y'all believe in it or not. I don't care about that.
Some of it is
I
real.
don't care about you know what I'm saying, the rate of belief. I know the book exists for a damn reason. Every word might not be true, but that motherfucker's there for a reason. So I look at it like this. Bro. Like, that motherfucker says a horse got a better chance at walking through the eye of a needle than a rich man does getting through the gates of heaven.
Wise man.
And you want to know why I think he said that? Because the rich man is so distracted by wants and needs, he doesn't even understand that himself.
Wise man.
Yeah.
That's why I think the rich man got so much trouble getting through heaven, because they believe making heaven on earth is their paradise, when the paradise is supposed to be created within yourself to create the paradise outside. And that's why a lot of rich people don't make it in heaven. That's
Wise
why.
man.
And that's also why Satan tends to tempt a lot of rich people. He likes to tempt people who don't have a lot of finances. And people who do got a lot of finances, who don't got a lot of finances, if they are tempted by the devil, it's a real spiritual reason why. If you really pay attention to that, like if you find a person who don't really got a lot of money, but they always having bad luck or something like that, or it's always or they always down and shit like that, It's a reason why the devil want their spiritual power to be suppressed like that in this world.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
reason. So that's why bullying and that's why bullying in high school is not beneficial, because we gotta understand something. What teenagers are actually little superheroes who don't know they superheroes.
Yeah.
Say it again, bro. Say it again, bro.
Teenagers are heroes who don't know they superheroes, and they being brainwashed to be separated from that leads them into knowing they're a damn superhero. They get
Fact.
separated in high school. They get separated in fucking high school, man. You know, and that shit. Like that's what teenagers is. So we shouldn't allow teenagers to bully each other, and we should definitely have to be safe. That's what's really going, because we don't pay attention to the youth. That's what's going on in America. America they self. Either you get rich or you don't. You end up being poor, you end up being broke. Ain't nobody gonna help you, ain't nobody gonna do this. That's the whole motto of American society. So now we gotta change that shit. We gotta change that shit now, bro. We gotta motivate people to wanna do what they like to do. Cause believe it or not, everybody got something they would like to fucking do, bro. Give these motherfuckers exactly what they like to do and what they want to do, and make it possible for them to make some real fucking money out of that shit, bro. Or not even attach money to it. It could be something totally different to make their whole life change, bro. Like they need to be focused on health. We need to be focused on health, man, because health is really what they focused on,
Yeah,
bro.
man. You gotta work.
Like
You gotta take care. You gotta take care of your body.
Man, look, the snake is wrapped around that motherfucking needle around the medical symbol for a reason.
I agree. They control it.
That snake is there for a reason, bro. You know.
But you know what's interesting, guys, about all this is that technology is moving at a pretty fast pace, right? Now check this out. There's this thing called singularity. I know you guys know about singularity, how technology increases every 10 years, or even gets closer, right? It's moving more intense, even quicker now, right? Now check this out. Human beings, we go faster than that shit.
Facts.
How fast? This is what I'm saying. Like technology is not going to be able to keep up to these kids. Kids are going to be way beyond all this technology. In other words, is what I'm saying. Like there's not going to be. We're not going to need computers, because these kids are going to be way smarter. You know, using all these of their skill sets, basically, not just physically to build things as well, but also, understanding of mathematics and these integral parts of machineries and things of that nature, like all the things that quantum mechanics and quantum physics and things of that nature, like, and they're going to know it naturally without actually having full training. There's people that are rising right now. I've already seen it. Like these kids are literally brilliant, that are around here. And they've got all this energy. And what it is it's the technology that we've been manifesting from inside to out. Computers, all that all comes from inside. We have all those abilities.
Yeah, but
so you saying? Oh
no, you got it. Go.
So you saying if we technology beyond theirs, we'll be in control?
I'm saying, okay. So wait, repeat what you just said.
So you're saying if our technology like past where they are now, we'll be in control? Is that what you were saying?
No, what I'm saying is that our children of today,
the kids coming up,
are being smarter than technology. Just because technology is not making kids smarter necessarily, it's making everybody. It's definitely having an impact on society, allowing us to learn through a different medium. So it's only enhancing what was already there. You see, and kids are so much more in tune that I think like they're ahead of us as adults. You see, and so that leads me to believe that actually.
Do you realize that is going to make us look exactly like them? You know why? You know why?
Yeah.
Kidnapped every fucking kids get kidnapped every year and never get found.
You right. I ain't look at it that way.
I don't
Now,
even know.
let's look at it like this. Now, what if they kidnapping all these kids, running tests on these kids, and these kids growing up to be superheroes, never saw again by the regular world? You know what I'm saying? They growing up with powers. They get experiment, running tests on them. Underground military bases we'll never see in our life, but it's in this world with us, and we don't even know it exists. You know what I'm saying? Like so we'll be the same. They'll look at us like that we are the ones doing all the bullshit because we're basically taking the same method because they understand to fight their system. We would have to take this method. So they got those corners blocked. If we was to say we want to teach kids about flat Earth and teach them about the real true abilities, we're gonna look like some shit. They're gonna think we some cult or some dumb shit. We're gonna be on all the news. They exploit us. They're gonna be trying to say we this, we that. Everybody that got something to do with the flat Earth community gonna be looked at that way, and it's gonna start a big ass war, bro.
Yep, say it again.
The spirit. Go ahead. Say what you said again, bro.
That's
with
exactly
the war.
what's gonna happen. It's gonna start a big ass war, bro.
Listen, bro. The spiritual war is coming, bro. Just make sure your spirit ready,
It's already here. It's already
It's
here.
coming. It's coming.
Hey,
Y'all ever see
it
Dragon
is.
Ball Z? Y'all ever see Dragon Ball Z?
It's coming. It's coming. The spiritual warfare is coming. It hasn't hit
Bro, it's
full
already
force,
here.
but it's coming.
Hey, this is why the panel is for real. This is some true shit. This is
Listen,
live and
bro.
direct. Like, I bet you
Spiritual
every last
war-
one of us in here probably been through a attack, and we all fought that shit off.
I bet.
I'm about to
Listen,
tell you
I-
about mine right
I'll
now.
never
I'm about to
forget,
tell you
bro.
about mine right now. I'm trying to tell
Hold
y'all
on.
about
Let me
mine
go.
right now.
Let me go real quick, bro. 30 seconds, bro.
Go ahead.
Listen,
All right, you
bro.
can go ahead.
March
You good.
March 14th of this year, on my dad's birthday. My dad was converted to a Muslim, man. My middle name is Hakeem. And like I had a spiritual awakening, man. I quit my job and I became self-employed and I became aware of a lot of things. And people looked at me like I was crazy because I quit my job and I was like, I work from home, I promote my own businesses, I do everything on my own. And then people be like, oh, he's so crazy. Like you don't need money. I'm like, man, listen, in 5 to 10 years, the US dollar is not going to exist. Cryptocurrency about to take over the market in 5 to 10 years. I'm done. Go ahead, y'all.
I predict that same thing. It's cryptocurrency. And they're going to move. The US dollar is going down, I believe. Okay, no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that cryptos are going to basically be. I hear a lady's voice.
Oh, that's my phone. Because remember,
Who said it?
you
Like that? Who did that?
no, that's my girl in the background. If you was on the panel, then you wouldn't be on the phone. See, if you was able to go in, then you wouldn't hear extra talking.
Okay, my bad. I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, bro, you gotta come to the panel, bro.
He got quantum ears right now, y'all. His talent.
I'm like,
Hey, MB.
Don is the truth. Hey, for real. Me and Don didn't talk a lot, y'all. For real. Me and him didn't talk one-on-one a lot. So,
bro,
we got a cool vibe.
always happy to
like
talk,
Don.
bro.
Hey, it's a couple people.
Man, you got a good brain, you got a good heart too, and all you people I suspect are also very good people. But let me tell you something about them cryptos to get back to it.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Hey, pardon me real quick. Pardon me real quick. It's a couple more people in the email that want to come in. I mean, the chat.
Assets over to crypto.
It's going down tonight.
Like it or not,
Hold
that's
on.
what's going to happen.
1, 2, 3.
Go ahead. Say it again, bro.
5.
I think the government is going to probably move everybody's assets over to cryptocurrency.
But we really don't want that. You don't want it all in cryptocurrency because if so, what if they just hit that switch and it's ran by AI?
Exactly. You gotta balance. You gotta balance it, bro.
Man,
like you
look.
gotta have two
Look,
accounts,
man.
bro. You gotta have a cryptocurrency account, an account like nobody else got access to, bro, but yourself.
You gotta have 2 trusts, a private and a public.
Oh, see, I don't know about trust, but I appreciate you putting me on to it. I'm gonna look into it.
That's what we all gonna start doing, y'all. As we keep coming together like this, when we in our other chat room, That's where we just gonna study different stuff, different laws, different chapters, and then when we come on here, we just bring it out to the people.
Exactly. And this is a good thing to do because check this out, you guys. That whole thing about cryptocurrencies could be used for governmental purposes only. You understand that, right? Discharging debt, public debt. You know, understand how that works if there's no money. Why not cryptocurrencies? It's not even fucking real. Okay, so it's just like numbers on a computer, right? Like so
it's real. My fault, go ahead.
No, these tangible stuff talking about like bills of exchange that you authenticate or sign, right? And things like that, that's real. You promise to pay somebody in a certain amount of labor or property. That goes beyond computers. That goes beyond computers. It goes beyond all that computing stuff, and it comes into the real world. You know. Sure about that. We can't forget. You know, that's all. That's really all. I just wanted to say we can't forget about the real world contracting with each other, understanding how cryptocurrency is a medium of exchange only, and that it should be used solely to discharge government debt. So we should start doing that. I mean, move in that direction and see how it's a viable way of discharging debt, and possibly require the government to actually acquire a certain amount of coinage and start discharging debt on that basis instead of using Federal Reserve notes, you know, to discharge debt with. Considering the fact that you can't discharge with that anyway, right? I mean, like, how are you? So that's all you do with the Federal Reserve note is discharge, right? You just like, well, who's liable? Oh, the U.S. government. And where's the money? Oh, the Treasury can't give it out, so there's no money.
You right, bro. You right. You totally right, bro.
There's no money, but there's ones and zeros and commas they can put into an account on a computer screen in the matrix that can allow you to offset debt. If your credit scores rise and boost up, you can create more debt. The more debt you can create, the more you can offset. But you got to do it as business and not in a corporation, because you got to run your corporation, your business.
Okay. Right.
Correct.
Remember,
so you're talking about the business. You're talking about the business meaning like the name, right? The all cap name.
Yes. You pay yourself. You sign your own self a check.
Yes.
This
like
right here.
This
like is a business meeting. Everybody in here, like if we all was working for Team MB, and now all these minutes were recorded, then we just cut the check from ourselves to ourselves by ourselves, because we all own our business.
I ain't never looked at it like that, bro.
This is a consultant firm. Remember that, y'all. Team MB, MoneyBoyFilmz, Melvin LeVar Belton, LLC Consulting. That's my business.
I fuck with you, bro.
You know, look, think about it, y'all. There's no money without your energy. This is our energy. We put in time and effort into this.
I feel it, bro. I feel the energy, bro.
You know, so therefore we should be paid for our time. Who got to pay us for our time? Us, through ourselves.
We do.
To ourselves.
We do. Exactly.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck, bro.
Our own salary, our own wages.
I only signed to myself. I had $1 million in my pocket, and I had to. No, go ahead, bro.
So y'all work with the family bank?
How you doing, Chris? We got. We're gonna talk about quantum grammar for 1 second.
Motherfucker, say it again, bro.
Close the door.
To let you know that
I was asking, do y'all know about how to start a family bank?
Don.
Even stronger.
Hold on, Don. Don. Hold on, Don. We got some more questions now, real quick. Hold on, Don.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I personally don't know.
Now, what'd he say? I was over there talking to Don. What you say, bro? Huey.
He said something about a family bank.
I was saying, do y'all know how to start a family bank?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I don't see. He don't.
I was saying, do y'all know how to start a family
you need a
bank?
whole lot of money first, though.
Yeah.
All you need is a couple millionaires.
Is it okay? Is
We-
it okay to
You
keep
need is a couple millionaires, man.
No, not at this exact second right now. Don is kind of,
Starting your own family bank. Starting your own family bank.
Family bank, you need a couple. So yeah, so if I was to really start with some shit like if all of us was millionaires and we wanted to start a bank.
no, don't think like that. Don't think like that. We all are millionaires.
We are. Your words become who you are, bro.
Billionaires. Billionaires.
Yeah.
And so yeah, we millionaires, we billionaires, we trillionaires, goddamn.
Say it again,
else.
Now, what it take is like this. It takes all of us to come together, and you see how we took back our trust. We became the business entities like we have, and start doing business in our all business all caps.
Mm-hmm.
Now we put all that into a trust. We create a trust for our team. When we create a trust for our team, now we able to open up a bank because we got a lot of players already. And remember how somebody asked me, what did I ask Dorsey about all them birth certificates coming together? Because the birth certificates is the money. It's the ones and zeros on their screen. Basically, you own your birth certificate. So by all of us putting our birth certificates together, we own our own bank. We're all walking banks.
I didn't know that, bro. You just gave me some more insight.
A question real quick about the ownership of the birth cert.
Facts. So that's what I was saying. So with the family bank, like say I got 6 kids and my wife. You feel what I'm saying? So that's 8. You know what I'm saying? I can start my own bank and we can pay ourselves like 1% or whatever the return rate it is, and give ourselves our own loan. We won't need a bank to give ourselves a loan. We can go to our own bank and give ourselves our loan and pay ourselves the interest.
Now, by the time you get there, that's when you write in your own promissory
That's how
note.
we accumulate generation.
Now, that's when, all right. See, first, you got to get a full understanding of banking terminology. You know, somebody got to study that like no other. Just like how we studying everything else, somebody has to study that. Because they got to realize when you go to the bank to go get a loan, you signing with your signature, they going into your account because you just gave them permission with your signature, and they took $300,000 of your money because that's the loan you asked for. They gave you a loan check and made you pay it back after you just gave them all that money out of your account, which was your energy that was created off your signature. So you got to know that when you're dealing with banking, and I don't know this, remember, I don't know this 100%, but I've been doing a little studying, you know, so when you go into the bank and you aware of what's going on, you tell them you don't want a loan check. You actually want a check. And when you draw the money out of your account, you actually got to overdraw it. So they take theirs right off of it. So therefore, you're not paying no interest or no long-term thing. You get it? See, now the loan is not for 30 years. Now the loan it's only you paying them to pull it out of your account. You're giving it to them right then. So come on now. You're not giving them back no 30 years of your energy now of thinking that you just slave to them after they just took it out of your account. You created that. You the one who gave that bank power.
That's pretty good, you guys.
I like that.
Yeah.
This is just me studying to where I feel like we all come together with some real genuine people that's not trying to get over on each other, and we learn this stuff for real. We win. I mean, not win, but you know, we able to survive. Our kids able to survive for some more generations. And they got to know the basics. They have to know the basics, because that's why we all starting here off in the basics, saying that we need some land and start from the bottom. That's why we say no money, right? And then we also got to astro project into the future and realize technology is changing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how you got to be able to live in the now and the present and the future all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no time. There's only the now. What you do now predicts your future.
And that future is here now. So.
And your future is your now.
Bro, that's bro. I tell people that all the time, bro, and people look at me like I'm weird, bro.
Let them.
And I love it.
Exactly. You don't want to be like them, because if you are, then you just like the same old sheeple.
Mm-hmm.
You get it?
And I tell them, I'm like, man, people, yeah, I get it. And people get mad because I be like, man, I was like, man, maybe we're not on the same frequency level. And people don't understand when I say that.
Imagine this. Imagine you went to work. I mean, not went to work. Imagine you woke up, right? One day. You at work.
Mm-hmm.
There's no door to go down. No elevator. You don't see nothing. You just see everybody at work on their computer. You wake up, you like, hey, what's going on in here? They look at you like, hey, I don't know, get back to work. You like, what the hell? What is my job? You don't even know your job right now, right? But you know you woke up at the computer in a desk, a cubicle, and everybody just like, man, we all woke up here and we just started doing what was said to do on the computer, right? Yeah. That's kind of like what's going on right now.
I agree.
You waking up, everybody else still asleep. The elevator right in front of us to go up.
You know what waking up is?
I agree, bro. It hurt my soul, bro. It hurt, bro. Like I like when I woke up, bro. Like I didn't try like to inform people, and people were like, "Oh man, you know what you're talking about." It hurt my soul, bro. Like I cried, bro.
Yeah, because man. You know why?
It hurt. It hurt.
You needed to detach yourself from them strings. Remember when I was saying earlier, all the emotion, everything is the stuff that weigh you down?
I agree, bro. I remember you saying that earlier.
Now think, all right, I always had the good life, right? I never worked for nobody. You know, I always did my thing. I always had money, always had nice cars, nice whips, nice everything. You know, I always lived by God's law, don't hurt nobody, and I'm good. Treat people with respect, and I'll always stay above. If I make money in your city, I give back to the homeless. You know, when you dip into the next person's city, you see homeless out there, you're supposed to give back. I was living like that, right? All my life. So I always been blessed. When that happened in 2012 with my bro, I was like, man, this shit is a lie. You know, so I kind of was, you know, I ain't gonna say went against the grain, but I started going against the grain. And once I went against the grain, all like no matter how much money I would touch, it would slip right through my hands. Millions would just come and go. I would never see nothing, never accumulate. Right? And I'm like, man, but my mentality was different because I had so much pain. I wasn't able to focus forward. So then a couple of years back, like I think you said 4 years back, I had that spiritual awakening. You know, because I was still holding that pain. Then I lost another uncle. Then I lost a close cousin. So now I'm thinking to myself, all these people that's close to me, I'm losing, and I'm feeling more sorrow. And then in my studies, I realized that we don't die.
Yeah, bro.
We only energies inside this body. Like I can't see the real you.
In the cosmic, we all in the cosmic, bro.
I see what you think you look like. Your body manifests what you think you look like. You know. So then, once I started getting a grip of that, I started letting everything go. I started getting tattoos. I was scared of needles. I started getting tattoos, the ones that I actually liked, that meant something to me. You know, so every marking on my body, I just started going out. Like, I started having no pain, start blocking all pain, but didn't realize I started causing more pain. Because by not caring, I wasn't that happy person around. You know, like this feeling I'm giving off now, that good feeling, I wasn't giving that off. I wasn't giving it off. So therefore, it wasn't coming back.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That
Then,
energy wasn't the same, bro. I'm with
yeah.
you.
Then that one night, like Don said, I almost remember the time. It was like 11 o'clock at night. You know, I felt some bad energy. I tried to get with the little group selling energy drinks and stuff. One lady, she came, she was supposed to be in my upline, but I didn't know who she was, you know. She came to my house. And you know, my energy and her energy didn't match because I just started saying, forget it. I'm going, giving myself up to the Most High, whatever. I got to start doing, you know, better.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started doing that, when she came to my house, she tried to tell me, don't tell the people about the information, kind of like what we doing right now, right?
What?
We
She
got
told you
the
that, bro?
information. Just say we got the information to be free, right? And she don't want me to let the people that had the information to be at the top of the company. I'm like, why did y'all take the rules out the book? What the fuck? Where they do that at? The only reason why they didn't take it from me was because I'm a snooper. You know, I'm a snooper. What I mean by that is, if I'm your homie and I rock with you, I know about you. We gonna talk about that stuff. If I'm with your company, I'm gonna do my research on the company. If I got a back office, I actually go through every tab in the back office. I actually want to know what every drop down menu mean, what in everything. Therefore, if I'm bringing somebody into the company, I gotta know what's what. And I saw the rule book, and I was like, 2% of a whole company, I can be getting $1 million to $1 billion a year just for bringing people into the company and learning how to do it right. You know, being honest. I was like, oh, I'm supposed to go straight to the top in this company. Well, she didn't have that heart like I did. So she was like, don't tell people that. Don't even show them. If they knew that, they won't work hard. And I'm like, use a lie. Like, if they knew they can have a better life by learning the rules, don't you think people would actually have more of a go, more of ambition, more of a will to, if they know they supposed to be at the top of the company and their family is going to be able to survive off of a residual income that they do one time or 2 or 3 times, and then they make it to the top, their family going to be able to eat? You mean to tell me they wouldn't do it? I was like, come on now. So we didn't match. She went over to my display. She put a curse on my display. When she put that curse on my display, I didn't notice it until I came back home, like an hour later. When I noticed that, my energy didn't match. I felt it. Like, you feel it. When I say you feel it, you feel it. You just don't feel it, you know it.
You like, damn, like, just don't feel
it's
right.
It's almost like when your energy is tied down to something you create, and then when something fuck and puts another energy on it, and you can create it, you can feel that misconnection with your creation. That
hold on, check
feels
it,
like
check
a
it.
void, like an emptiness, and that's
so
like
I
a signal
felt it.
that, like,
exactly,
yeah,
right. So when I felt it, y'all, I started crying because I was like, no. I was like, no, 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 no. This ain't right. I feel like something is in my house. I feel like this is a curse. My body wasn't feeling right. So I started crying. So I called my mom. Right? So when I called my mom, I asked her to come over to my house because I was like, Mom, I don't feel right. I feel like this lady came to my house. I feel like she put a curse on me. So my mom, she was like, well, tell her get out the house, baby, because, moms is so religious, Moms don't play with it. So I prayed and, with all my heart, my energy, and I demanded, and I told it to get out. Open the front door like my mom told me, and I casted it out, right? It worked. So now I'm excited. I'm in my living room. I'm walking around the living room. I'm excited, looking at my wife. I'm like, oh yeah, but I'm still on the phone with my mom. I said, Mom, It's out. I can feel it. It's not in my house anymore.
Yeah.
Right? So then she was like, huh? I said, I feel it, but I'm getting hot. And she was like, huh? I said, but I'm hot. So I opened up my screen door and I walked outside. Well, when I walked outside, I was still on the phone talking to moms walking around, pasting like 5 feet away from my door. Then I heard something. I heard something in the bushes. And me being from Oakland, you know, my hood senses is up now. I guess, you know, you got fight or flight. You got gut instincts. You know, you got to put them up, or, you know, you feel it. You feel it.
Yeah.
I heard something.
That boy was ready.
Boy
was ready.
I was ready.
Man. Your boy was ready to die right there.
I was ready to die like Pac and Notorious Big, fool, you know?
Hey, I'm with you, bro.
So, you know, I heard something. And now I'm looking at my car. Remind y'all, I got a 67 Firebird, cherry red with a white top, black and red guts, you know, with major slap, classic paint, you know, fresh top. So when I hear the noise over there by my car, I'm like, what the heck? Somebody trying to, you know, I'm like, is somebody trying to get your boy? But I'm like, what? Who is it? Who is it? And as I'm saying that, it felt like it came up and over my car, but I couldn't see it. You know, I couldn't see it, but I knew it was there. And instantly, it just came out of me. A loud noise was like, get the fuck away from me. Ah! And then, you know how you just go into super, super, super defense mode, like almost like a rage.
I'm with you, right? Yeah.
If you even think about coming at me, I'm finna ping, 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 one of them. And as I'm yelling, remind y'all, I stay on a one-way street, dirt road, no lights. One way in. You feel me? So remind y'all, it's dark. It's dark. It's no lights over here. I was living in Rio Linda, in a little country area. So, you know, it's real dark when it ain't no lights, no porch lights, nothing like that around.
Yeah, it's real greeny up there, bro.
You know? Yeah. Just see.
It can turn into some backwoods real quick.
Yeah, it almost felt like the backwoods on everything, Pete, on everything. But my wife yelled for me because she hear me yelling like top of my lungs. She sitting on the couch looking right out the door. She like, baby, get in here. And I vaguely heard her. I heard her voice. You know, because remember I said the power of love. Nobody can bring you back like the power of love, because that's an uncontrollable force that you can't control. A person that you fall in love with.
I agree.
You know? You see that person from beyond their natural body. So therefore, when she was yelling, it wasn't her yelling, it was her soul yelling. You know, that's the only thing that's connected. You know, you got to be connected to somebody to actually bring somebody back. You know, and I heard her and I turned and looked. When I seen her, she was like, get in here. So I ran. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I ran my ass in the house.
I believe
I ran in the house and slammed the door. Now, when I slammed the door, boom, I'm still on the phone with moms, though. Now I'm like, moms, you got to get here. Not now, but right now. Like right now. And then I heard a whirlwind. Like, shh. I heard this. And y'all heard what P just said. It's like the backwoods over there where I was staying. And it was like hella windy. And I heard that shit. I'm like, what the hell is this going on? So then, you know, I'm just waiting on my mom. Mom's got there. I told she came with that good old blessed oil, calmed me back down. And ever since then, my faith got stronger, and can't nobody tell me nothing when it comes to faith. And how strong we are, and how strong your faith got to be in order to protect you against you know, this is a battle that we fighting against. It's not just the physical battle. It's a different realm, and you got to be prepared. You got to be a warrior for that, you know, because if somebody know that you aware of what's going on, then they're going to try to attack you and try to be like, you know, but if you the same type of beast, not like that, you know, if you the same type of beast when it comes to your life, you know, lions can walk amongst lions, you know, because it can jump off at any minute, any moment.
You can feel it, bro. You will have that instinct, bro. Like you will feel the energy, bro. You like, I got this energy, like I can feel the energy he giving off. Like this person, like this. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you, bro.
Yeah. And
it's a feeling.
Right, so with that feeling, right? With that feeling, and we breaking away, he said, "Don't leave without our inheritance," right? So what inheritance do y'all think he's talking about? Your birthright, right?
Oh yeah, I was about to say it. Go ahead.
Oh, you right. Your birthright.
I swear, bro. It's like, it's crazy because it's like you read my mind, bro.
Yeah. How do the accounts exist? All right. How do you believe in something that don't exist? That you don't know that's there? It's the same way in your faith.
Exactly, bro. That's why I tell my homies about cryptocurrency, bro. Like, they're like, it ain't real. I'm like, man, it's real if you believe it, bro. If you invest the time in it and understand it, you and read into everything, it makes sense. Like with the thing, like with I don't know if y'all familiar with Sweatcoin or not. Like it's an app that pays y'all to walk. Y'all with me?
Yeah, we still with you, family. I just muted my mic because you know the little one. She started set tripping on the baby. Hey, you hear? Hey, babies are crazy. Hey,
you gotta let them. You gotta let them do what they do, bro.
Now think about this, y'all. Think about this, and this might puzzle us for a second, but then it also make you think. All right, if a baby just came, well, of course, just got here, right? They haven't been manipulated to and mind suppressed to everything that our minds have been suppressed to. So therefore, they still think they the boss. They don't believe that the parents are the boss right now. She thinks she the boss of me and her mother.
That's facts.
We the ones who tell them no, stop, can't. We're cursing them with them words that we're using that was cursed upon us.
You know, let them be, bro.
Abilities are unlimited. Like, just think, y'all. When the baby first came, they didn't know how to walk. They didn't know how to walk. Just like us, we didn't know how to read and use these words. A baby fell how many times? She got bruises, bumps. She's mixed, so her bruises actually show up. You know, some of us is a little darker, so our bruises don't show up. You know, so when we able to pick up them books and understand what's going on, we good. Just like a baby trying to learn how to walk. We can't just get up and start running. We can't just get up and one day and be like, hey, yo, I'm king today. And then they're going to be like, what makes you king? Who are you? You know?
They're going to test you. They're going to test your knowledge, man.
Exactly. What's your purpose?
They're going to be like, what? I don't know. Man, your purpose on earth is to serve. It's to serve others. The service. It's a service. This life is all about service and how you treat people. Because if you don't treat people right, bro, you gonna keep living the same. You gonna come back again over and over till you get it right.
Yeah, exactly. Every time. All right. I look at it like this: we don't die. We're balls of energy. We got energy that's balled up inside of us, and then also depends on how much we love ourselves and respect ourselves. We're going to respect everything else around us. So therefore, our energy is going to project outwards. You know, that's why I can reach so many people across the globe because my energy level is that high because that's the way that I feel. You know,
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
have, I don't have no anger like that.
Bro, I stumbled across. You know what's crazy, bro? I was just on YouTube scrolling across some stuff, bro. Watching rap battles, and I don't know which one I seen, a video I seen. You came on, you said some shit I never heard before. I was like, what? Matter of fact, say the intro when you be saying when you come on your videos, bro.
Oh, and I be saying this, money boy in the building. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all feeling like me because once again, I'm feeling amazing. Well, let me start off by saying this. Everything that I do is for funny, games, informational, entertainment, educational purposes only. I do this because I want to. You do this because you want to, not because somebody told you to. And with that being said, I know my rights and all my rights are reserved.
Man, when you said that, I subscribed, bro. I was like, I watched all your videos, bro. I was like, what? I was like, man, I gotta talk to dude. I was like, man, whoever on this channel or whatever I get involved to talk to anybody, I need to talk to this dude because he knows something I don't know, and he got the correct terminology for it.
Donald, you want to hit him with it now? Hit him, Don.
What's up?
He said, I got the correct terminology for what's going on. Now, this is what me and Don was talking about lately.
True. I mean, basically, correctness terminology is super important.
It is, man. It's all about your words. It's how you word things.
Yep. Hey, I can't actually chime in right now, but you can give me a second here. So the whole thing is this. Correct sentence structure, communication, parse, syntax, grammar, that is David Wynn Miller's thing, right? But syntax is actually a real fixture of law. It's something that goes beyond David Wynn Miller. So if you understand the right words to use and who are you, when you like what words do you feel represent you best, you know that, then you know how to put your best foot forward. But the idea is you got to know exactly how to make your plan, how you want to do it, And once you figure that out, you got it all right there. But I think it starts with understanding yourself as wealth, pure wealth.
Mm-hmm.
You have wealth of the universe. You know what I'm saying? You are the cosmos. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you hearing Yarrabi? Now it goes like this. All right, you got to know once you start studying, right? You got to know that their terminology and our terminology mean two different things.
Facts.
So once you know how to use their terminology and communicate with people like me, people like you, people that they thought would never pick up, like Don, on this language, we're able to communicate because we all came from that frequency anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear us say it, you like, yo, that's what I'm talking about. I feel just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we always listen to music.
Man, bro, say it again, bro.
That's why we listen to music.
Man, listen, bro. Music keep me sane, bro.
Yeah. Now,
like
I do music, right? I do music as a hobby, only because I like to express myself through music.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody like, Money Boy, you already was about to sign a deal. You might as well just keep doing music. And I'm like, you know what? I ain't signing no deal because that's basically me signing my energy away to somebody else to make me into something that I already know that I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, if I can continue to do it as a hobby and practice on my craft, and that's how I'm able to keep the creative mind, that positive energy in there. Once you take that out and you have to do it as a super business, you being forced to do things that you don't want to do and go where you don't want to go, you lose creativity.
Facts.
And that's why they started school.
Look up and your hair be The rainbow.
Oh my God. Rainbow.
Like, hold on, I gotta do this just to get the contract. Oh no, I'm
All right.
cool. Just
Hey,
I'll holler at y'all.
Yeah,
and they
bro.
do. Hey, now think about this. Now think about this. On some crazy, shady, super shady stuff, they'll do that and force somebody to do that so they can control their what? Straw man.
Mm.
Think about what's really being controlled. You taking away somebody's dignity, their manhood. So now
The
they in
manhood,
control of
yeah,
your
bro.
straw man. You signed
Yeah.
your life over to them. You know? That's
Yeah.
how they try to do stuff. And now, you know, a lot of people is waking up to that fugazi.
Uh-huh.
Like, no, let's not even put our kids towards nothing like that. We got to protect our kids. We got to protect our youth, because guess what? When you get old, who gonna be there taking care of you?
Mm-hmm.
Them same kids that we putting into these to hands of the pedophiles, we see that on the Olympics.
Yeah.
So come on now, where do you want to really have your kid? Do you really want your kid in sports, or do you want to create a world of like-minded people just like you, to where y'all team, y'all people that y'all dealing with is not doing that type of shit?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you got to do. That's what it takes.
Bro.
You
like,
don't
man,
know.
That hurt my soul, bro. Like that situation and that paternal situation, bro. Like people be like, man, what you mean? I'm like, man, that hurt my soul, man. Like, man, that's foul. Like grooming kids, bro. Like what? Like, man, where your mind at? Like, my fault, bro. Go ahead, bro. That my fault.
No, you're right. You're right. This is stuff that got to be said, because look, if it's inside of you, it's a thought. And if it's a thought, it needs to be let out. It's an expression of you.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't have reached out to nobody on YouTube if I was just to hold the way I feel and everything that I learned in. You know, I wouldn't have met none of y'all. We wouldn't be on this panel right now. You know, we wouldn't. So we just got to realize, like, hold on, I really can do whatever I want to do. I control certain aspects of my life. Like, for real. The man upstairs control it, the mighty universe, you know, because we all connected that way. But the physical body, you control that. You know, if you gonna smoke and drink and don't eat right, then what happens? Your liver gonna shut down, your lungs go shut down. You can't survive without that.
You gotta take care of your body, man. Your body is your life force. Like, man, you know what's crazy, bro? Like, man, one day I woke up and I was like, man, I'm gonna eat once a day. Man, listen, when I start eating once a day, man, I have so much energy, bro. I be having so much energy, I don't know what to do. I go run around. I run around the block. I go running for like 4 hours.
All right, it's because this. Have you studied the body? Have you studied the anatomy of the body? The difference between our body and somebody else's body, right? That we don't supposed to eat all that stuff, because remember when I said the lighter you are, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
Like a bee. Yeah. You faster, yeah.
So you got to keep that in your head, because now what you eat, if you eating a heavy meal like that with all that stuff, that's now sitting inside your body. That's how you feel. And then it depends on what time you eat, because our body is just like your goals. Think about it. Your body work in shifts. In 8-hour shifts.
Gotta digest. Yeah, go. I'm with you.
8-hour shifts, right? It's 24 hours.
I'm with you, bro.
24 hours in a day.
Yeah, bro. Like, don't eat breakfast, lunch, or dinner, because that food from breakfast haven't digested yet, and you put lunch onto it, and then you put dinner onto it, man.
Exactly. All right. So then me, I get up in the morning. I want to drink some. I want to drink some coffee. Probably try to take some vitamins or something. Do some exercise. Drink some water. Snack a little bit. Try to get some fruit or something. You know. Then around lunchtime, I try to have me a cool size lunch. Something cool, but not heavy. You gotta have your greens and stuff. I like to eat salads with a little bit of turkey and stuff in there, and a lot of vegetables and fruits in there. You know, I eat it like that, and then I snack some more because all right. So then that's from 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock to what 3 or 4 or 5 like that. You don't supposed to eat really after 4 or 5 o'clock because after 4 or 5 o'clock, our body is now processing the food. It's dividing it. It's dividing all of the nutrients that was in the food that you ate. Now, if you ate a lot of dead meat, imagine what you're getting. A lot of dead weight. That's no energy. So that's why people get tired and lazy.
Down, put you to sleep.
Exactly. And it clogs your pores, your arteries, and everything else because of the greasy food and all of that nasty stuff, right?
The itis. The itis.
The itis. And I'm not talking about the cannabis-itis. You know how you on the couch.
You be cold off of that, bro.
Yeah. So then look. So then at about 5, 6 o'clock, now your body is going into process mode. It's separating all of the nutrients that you just intake from the time you woke up until then. It's moving all that stuff, getting rid of what it don't want, taking all of the sweet, the sugars, the natural sugars that it need, all of this, the vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin B12, you know, everything that your body needs to survive. It's taking that, placing it where it needs to be. Then when you lay down to go to sleep, so what, from 11 o'clock, 11 to 7, that's another 8 hours. That while you're resting, it's flushing. It's flushing now. If you notice, as soon as you wake up in the morning, what happened? You got to go to the bathroom. You got to go to the bathroom because it was doing its job at nighttime. It was cleaning out your body. Now people got to start putting back the vitamins and extra nutrients because they're not realizing that all of the vitamins and stuff is not in the food. The correct amount for our body is not in the food that we're eating. That's why we got to have supplements, because if people know what telomeres are, that's like the little strands of your DNA. That's why people get old. That's why people's skin get wrinkled, because they not putting new vitamins and stuff, taking care of their telomeres. That's like a shoestring. You know, when your shoestring, somebody step on it too many times, all of a sudden it flare out. Once it flare out, that's like your skin. That's why your skin is wrinkled. Because you're not putting back the right nutrients in there. So just imagine, that's your lifespan. That's why you die faster. Now you got to switch over. Now, once you putting good nutrients inside your body and rejuvenating your telomeres, why do you think they said the Egyptians died at a young age? Come on now. That lady could have been 150 years old, looking like she died at 30. Why? Because they knew about telomeres. And eating gold, eating certain food, eating things like that, live enzymes. And that's what keeps your memory. That's what keeps you sharp and everything like that. That's why old people was having babies at an old age. They was like, how did that old person have a baby?
Because she was hella on point and sharp. She was sharp. 90s,
you know it. Hey, don't let the OGs turn up. Hey, OGs don't play. Straight up. You know, OGs don't play. But yeah, that was just a little bit information, you know, about the law said what? The law said eat right. You know, God's law. Eat right. Treat others right. Respect people. You know, treat others like you want to be treated.
Yeah, man.
You know, walk around with your head held high. Even I had to learn like this. I got diamonds. I got gold teeth. I got 12 gold teeth. None of y'all saw my gold teeth. I got 12 gold teeth, 52 diamonds. I got gold bracelets and little stuff like that. I got gold rings, diamonds, but it's not about that.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think that type of stuff make you, and they let that stuff go to their head.
Yeah, I hear you, Mansa Musa.
Yeah, you know, but that's not what it's about. It's about knowing that you make that stuff. That stuff don't make you.
Uh-huh.
You know, so just know you the person, with or without. That currency, that money, anything only exists because of you.
Mm-hmm.
That straw man, that all caps, that corporation only exists because you.
Mm-hmm.
And now you got to step up to the plate and take charge of your straw man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually not just your straw man, it's taking care of yourself. It's guaranteeing yourself, not being guaranteed by somebody else. Now, if you got $1 billion, why would you need somebody else to take charge of your doctor bills?
Yeah.
And give you $1,200 a month or $1,600 a month. And your house note is what, $800. Leave $400 for bills and stuff when you got all this other money. It don't make no sense.
So how do you fit that into grants or something? Do you apply for some grants and say, hey, that's my estate? You're supposed to be doing administration on it?
No, first you got to take back your thinking, your thought,
your mind right.
your mind right.
I got to suck myself out of the matrix.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Now you're not so plugged into what they got going on and what you got going on. And if you know that it's a business, every time you walk around and do whatever you're doing, you got to know how to conduct business. You got to know law. You got to know accounting. You got to know banker's talk. You got to know the Black Law Dictionary. You got to know the terminology to actually conduct yourself in society. And so not be a threat, even though everybody got a right to bear arms.
Oh my Lord. Say that again, bro.
You know, you can't be a threat, but everybody got the right to bear arms. I don't need no paperwork to say, hey, I got the right to bear arms. Because believe me, I own this vessel. You know, they own the all caps right now, but actually I own that now because I took that back. But as far as this physical vessel, I own this because I'm inside of this vessel. This vessel is my house, which is my church, which is me. I own it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and once you get to start knowing that, you start researching, like how we are now. We in here at a panel. Now we come together as a group. We're not here to cause no problems or anything like that. No, we're here to learn business and learn how to operate and conduct ourselves right, the right way, you know, which is first. God's law first. You know, he sent us here. Well, he just sent us here. We came here to replenish the earth and, you know, do what we do, not destroy stuff.
To get it back on the right track, man, because people damaging the earth, man.
Yes, they damaging. They damaging.
The ozone layer is messed up, bro. Like, it's so much. The plate tectonics is off, bro. Like, it's so much stuff. Like, I'll never forget, bro. Like, they made the movie, when they made the movie San Andreas. And like, I called to check on my brother to see if my brother was good, because he was in San Bernardino. I'll never forget. I was like, man, brother, you good? He like, yeah, I'm good. Like, what you mean am I good? I'm like, man, I just got this weird vibe from this movie. And he like, man, you believe in movies? I was like, man, why? I'm like, do you? He's like, man, no. I was like, what? I was like, man, brother, they putting in the movies, man.
All right, because it's like this. All right, remember when I said he woke up in that job?
Man, bro, yes, I remember that.
Well, we in that job. He's still asleep.
I am, man. Yeah, I try to wake him up every day, bro. It's like I ain't gonna stop.
So it's like this. All right, we all had that close encounter experience. So we all got our fate. Now we all woke up. Now we starting to accept the roles that we we're meant to be. You know what we were here for. We stepping up to the plate. So in order to step up to the plate and in order to fight them off, we got to be aware of what's going on. Now everybody else can't see that. They ain't gonna feel that.
Yeah, and he was like, man, like he Greek and everything, but he was like, man, I don't want to learn outside my level because I feel like if I learn more, I'm gonna go crazy. And I say, no, man, get that out your mind, like get your mind right. And my brother older than me. My brother 30, my brother 35.
Oh yeah.
And I be like, brother, like man, I just like, man, open your mind. I was like, man, open your mind to everything. And he was like, man, what you mean? I was like, man, open your mind to everything.
All right, how about this? All right, it's not for all of us, right? For our family. For our family. Your dad had certain amount of kids. You have certain amount of kids. All your kids ain't gonna be aware of what you got going on. But one of them will, to carry on your trust. You got that?
Yeah, I'm with you. Like, man, you know what's crazy, man? Like, man, remember I told you earlier, like I'm from a small city called Youngstown. Like, most people don't know about Youngstown, but like Youngstown, Ohio, like that's where the mob originated from.
Yeah. Hey, my brother in Ohio. My older brother out there right now. He wanted me to come out there. And I said if I come out there, we was gonna do a sit down panel. And I was gonna sit down. I said, bro, I'm not going nowhere now. I know what I'm here for in this world. You know, so I'm like everywhere I go, I gotta bless. I gotta be
bless
a blessing.
the city.
You know?
Wherever you go, you gotta bless it, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah, bro. Like most people don't like, man. Like, long story short, like my pops, like where the mob started, and then like my pops was a hitman. My pops was a hitman for the mob, and then he was like he had an epiphany, like, man, this ain't right. And like I seen this in my sleep, and people be like, man, how you know this? Like, man, like I had my brother crying one day. He was like, man, how you know this about dad? Like, I never told you this. Like, who you been talking to? I was like, man, like I seen it in my dreams. Long story short, bro. Like my dad was like, he was in the process of becoming a Muslim. He gave me my middle name Hakeem. And then like all the wisdom, like everything is coming to me in like numbers and like different time periods. And it came to me on my dad's birthday, and it's mind blowing, man. Like,
you your dad's second son? You the second son?
Nah, I'm the youngest of 4.
All right. Now, this is what I noticed a little bit. That it's jumping from generation. It is skipped the first son. Now, unless you're the only son.
Nope, I got 2 brothers and 1 sister.
Yeah. See, somebody got to be the trust of the family. Like, I don't know. You know, everybody lifespan and life purpose is different.
I agree.
And this one right here was yours to make sure that y'all bloodline still keep going on.
Man, listen, bro. Say that again. I was telling my brother about our bloodline, man.
Yeah.
He was like, man, he hit me. He was like, you know where you from? I was like, man, I'm from everywhere. And he was like, what you mean? I was like, man, I'm from everywhere. And he was like, I don't understand. And I was like, man, I like, brother, I can't explain it. I was like, man, we from everywhere. I'm like, man, we all are descendants of Moors. Like,
that's why they can't send us back nowhere.
Bro, who you telling, bro? Like, where they go send us, bro?
That's what they gonna send us back to. That's why they tell everybody else to go back but us.
like man, like we all descendants. We all like we were here, man. Like people can't grasp that concept. Like they gave us like all these little fake names like Indians and Mexicans and Puerto Ricans, Hispanics and Cubans, Dominicanas. Like they divided us with these names, bro. They put a curse on us with these different names and gave us different languages, bro, so we can't communicate with each other and know us or where we from. That's why when people get married to like, I don't know if you noticed, but like when people get married to somebody like that, oh, I've been attracted to this person, like we came together. They be with their brother or sister. That's why their kids be deformed and stuff, bro.
Yeah, now look, it go like this. Look, oh, hold on. Man, I was about to go somewhere with that.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
I'm trying to remember. Dang, you know, memory just boom, poof, idea went boom. But no,
it's 420, man. We gonna give you a break.
hey, P, I'm still smoking, P. You stupid. Hey, still smoking. I bought like shit 2, 4, 6, 7.
Over there, zooted. He over there, zooted.
Packs of blunt.
Listen, bro. I didn't go down. I'm off the jack right now, bro. I had like 12 shots.
Your boy said 12 shots.
Bro. Straight. I balance it out with water though. Most people don't know that, man. You gotta balance it with water. You'll be good in the morning. No hangover.
I was just about to ask you that. I was gonna say, now, do you know the secret? Do you balance it with that good old water?
Exactly, man. Life is about balance. Yin and yang, man. I learned that from the whatchamacallit, man. Yin yang twins, man.
All right, well, how much water do you supposed to drink a day?
Your body weight.
No. 75% of the body weight.
Okay. See, I've been drinking, man. Like you trying to get me, bro. Like I knew it was your body weight, but like my mind there, but it ain't all the way there, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Some people can get fat off of water, drinking too much water.
Yeah, and most people don't know. Like you could die off of drinking too much water.
Yeah.
You could drown yourself within the inside.
Exactly. People don't even know that. That's why I'm just glad to be part of a team, you know, of people that actually want to come together. Like I said, I just using my panel so everybody can come together and actually talk and express what they feel and actually get to see other people that actually feel just like them. So therefore, the people around them can't call them crazy.
Oh man, listen, I appreciate it, bro. Like when I told you when I stumbled across the channel and you was like, add your link below, we can when you come out to the Google Hangouts, I was like, what? I'm in there.
Yeah. Most people don't do that. Most people don't connect with they I won't say fans, followers. I would say with they tribe.
Listen, bro, I was just about to say that. I was like, man, you know what's crazy about that, man? Like I went through ancestry DNA. Like I felt like a mutt, bro, because I was mixed with so much stuff, bro.
Yeah, but all right, now think about this. It doesn't matter. You got one drop of melanin in you, you dark.
Yeah.
So, you know, think about that. Most people, it doesn't matter. You got one drop of melanin in any other race, the baby come out dark. Well, color.
I just dropped it in here, bro. Like when I was just like looking, I was like, man, what? Like I'm like, y'all lied to me. I'm 32% Nigerian, bro. Like y'all lied to me and tell me
You want to know what my question is?
What's up?
I want to know if the spirit got something to do with the vessel having melanin. I want to know if the fact that you got melanin got something to do with the type of spirit the vessel is.
No, it don't. Your spirit is you. It's whatever your mind, whatever you think, bro. That's what that is, bro.
All right. So what dictates the melanin?
All right, it goes like this.
Ancestral. My fault. Go ahead. Explain. Go ahead. You got it.
You are that ball of energy, right? You made a deal to be here in this 3D place, right?
Mm-hmm.
With the family of a certain bloodline to create that melanin in that body. That was the deal that I believe when we came through that water and that doctor smacked us on the cheeks. And then what was the first thing they did? They put us in the bright lights and cut that light on us, and we lost our memory. We lost our real contract. Our contract was with our parents and not with.
Bro, my point
with
is
the
how in the hell does the body get? How in the hell did the first people get color and some didn't?
Man,
you know the story of Yakub?
My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't believe that story. I know what the story represents, but I don't believe that story. I believe white people existed before Yakub.
Now, all right. Me, I'm light-skinned, red hair, freckles.
It's different types.
Right.
Exactly.
There are different types.
We all the same.
Most
we got different.
Hold on, bro. Say that again, bro. Say it again, bro.
That's my point.
We all the same, just different types. How some of us got.
So what does the melanin really stand for? When we sit ourselves up and we take pride in the fact that we got melanin, but what does that mean?
Man,
that means our origins are how do you say they're different if you want to say that. They're not normal if you want to say that. They got their own separate origins.
That's what it is.
Exactly.
So
it is.
That's exactly what it is.
Hold up. That go the same for Indians and other people who got different shades of melanin too. So when you got people as a whole and they whole complexion is red. They whole complexion is red. Like they skin is like an orangish red tint. Like you get people with
that's
melanin
the color of my
like
skin.
You get people with melanin like that for a reason though. You get people with melanin like that for a reason though, and you get people with dark melanin for a reason. And my question is, just like you can have an extra dark baby, and she could be twin sisters with an extra white baby, and this girl looks white, like she don't look albino, she looks white, and her twin sister is black, and just the black version of her. When you can have that happen in a mother, that means everything that we say we understand about genetics is out the window, because now we got to think about the possibility of it actually being like a roulette.
Yeah,
like you can have two black parents and actually give birth to a white baby. You never know.
Yeah,
maybe it's more psychological than we think. Maybe when you having sex with your woman and you actually conceive a child, you already mental images of what the child's gonna look like is exactly what the child end up looking like. Who knows?
It is.
I was about to say, like, say that again, bro. Like, cause you're right. Like, most people second guess themselves when they be like, "Oh, this is this." They'll be like, "Nah, that ain't right." Man, your first instinct is always right, man.
I swear it is. I swear it is, man.
Now,
and you know what? That the realization of that comes with the journey of wisdom, and the only reason why anybody would be striving to gain wisdom is because they realize that there is wisdom to gain, and realizing that there is wisdom to gain is the first sign of wisdom in itself. Because to be wise is to know that you know nothing, and to know that there's abundance of everything to understand. You get what I'm saying? So like when we think about everything that we just talked about on this panel, I come from, you got to understand that all of us come from different walks of life. So we all reach the conclusion of how we stand in opposition to the globe theory. We came across that in different ways. You get what I'm saying? So some of us was probably just looking up alien conspiracies, you know what I'm saying, at one point in their life, and then that took them on to the 9/11 conspiracies, and that brought them to flat earth. That may be their journey. You know what I'm saying? That may be what woke them up.
but everybody got their own little path of knowledge that they went down. Somebody might have been looking up science books since they was little and been a science buff, and they've been reading books that we don't never heard of, and they put shit together that we don't even know, and they're able to tell us that based off what they know and what we tell them that the earth is fucking flat. You never know. So at the end of the day, the way I look at it is like this. We know the system based off of our own observations. All right. Like, and the reason why I say that is this, like, people can tell me all day, like, oh, when they can generalize certain things, numerology and astrology, and that stuff isn't real. When they can just basically
my fault. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that numerology is real. Like your first name and your middle name and your last name says a lot about you.
Yeah, I know that. And the reason why I know that is because I've actually studied that in my teenage years when they told me it was fake. When they told me it was fake, I actually looked up my name, and my name represented my personality. If I actually looked at my life, if I looked at my life from the creator's perspective, then I can see my name. I can see my name there. And then I look at other people's name and I can see their name and their personality. Exactly, and then you know what? Numerology and the realization of names can help people be good towards other people because they'll understand their true nature. Because I believe your name.
I like that, bro. That's real, bro.
I believe your name hold more weight than just your name. Like, you've actually been called that your name your whole life. And I believe your name is your name, like, no matter when you born. Like, your name is attached to your spirit. I think your name is your branding mark of your characteristic, which is attached to your spirit, your spiritual energy. I think your name is your spiritual energy, man.
You're right.
Really, bro. Like, cause you can, if you think about it, like, you just like a pet. If you get a puppy, that dog is only gonna respond to a certain name, and that name gonna come to you out of a clear blue sky. You ain't gonna know where it came from, but that's gonna be that dog's name, and it's gonna respond to that name and that name only.
You're right.
All right, hey, look, y'all.
Crazy.
All right, y'all. This been another 3 hours. Y'all know I'm gonna cut this one off, and we'll be right back at it with understanding your name.
Hey, listen, we could talk all day with that, bro.
Hey, for real. Because people gotta realize that. Because we'll save that for the next one.
You know? All right. Start it up, bro. I'm gonna be waiting, bro. Start it up.
All right. I got y'all. So with that being said, y'all, I want y'all to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to get y'all t-shirts and y'all hoodies and backdrops. You know, we got new ones coming. We got Ragtime Production working on some new designs and everything for Team MB. If you would like to learn how to make some money off selling t-shirts, you also can do that through the team and give back to the group, you know, to start a business and also brand yourself. So with that being said, I want everybody to like, share, subscribe. And if you want to be a guest on MB's panel, y'all know what to do. Send me an email.